Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and welcome back to the Mancunian Way. We hope you are all well. It is Wednesday evening, just nearly Thursday morning. I hope you are all well. Welcome to our late night talk where we're going to get you guys in. Come and have a little chat with us. Everything football, Manchester City. You want to talk England, fine. Not my bag, but we can do if you want. Your channel, your view. But we're going to talk about a few things tonight. Got a little bit of news. I'm going to update you on the Jeremy Doku stuff, on the midfield stuff, all sorts of things. But let's say some hellos before we get going. And what a way to start. Sim Sups is in there nice and early. YouTube member. Big up, mate. Really do appreciate that. Really do appreciate that. Doesn't tell me what member it is. After that, fast pass. So, Simo Subs, if you join and you let me know you're joining, you come straight in, mate. Straight in, front of the queue. No waiting around for you. Big up. FIFA, how the devil are you? Pierce, so Liverpool aren't going to sign Diamanda. They just signed a winger for 50 mil. Big up, Trevor. Hope you're well, mate. Also, Fabrizio is locked into Madrid now. Excuse me. First time I've seen England play well my whole life. They're young. Seen England play well. Euro 96 very well. France 98 very well. To be fair, though, England were okay at best. We were better than okay. Come on. We were better than okay. Well. Is this the Ghana Panama watch along? No, I'm not doing watch alongs, mate. Hey up, Governor. How are you doing? Does anyone else feel like tonight's using the city? Or surely, yes. I'm going to talk about that pair because, yes, City are trying to make a bid, mate. Yes, Adam Quinn. Mike, big up, mate. How the devil are you? England need to do the second half a lot more in the tourney and they'll succeed rather than sit back, pass them back and open up for defensive errors, bad positioning, marking it and giving up easy shots. Was only the first game, mate. Was only the first game and I don't want them to, torture themselves out. Lee Gates, big up, mate. Ghana, Panama time. I watched paint dry, but each to your own. Good to see 5 City boys all playing when Anderson was purring. He was. Is that the first game? No, Panama, Ghana, I think, innit? I don't know. Might be. Newcastle in the mud by Liverpool again. Well, Victor Muniz has been hijacked. Yeah, I don't know where Liverpool, where Newcastle go. I do worry. I do worry about Newcastle. I worry a little bit. I do worry. I don't know where they're going to go, Newcastle here, because their winger from Osasuna that they had nailed on, and Baz told us here on Tuesday, it was all done and dusted and nailed on. It's not gone to Liverpool. So we'll see. We'll see. Good evening, all, by the way. Don't forget, we're going to open the lines in 5 minutes. We'll see if we can get on to come and co-host as well. Might be on for a while. 2, 3, 4 hours. It's up to you guys. Good evening. Welcome to Late Night Chat. Come and have me say, be respectful, always. Looks like things are moving mad. Yes, tomorrow. Sam Lee today with Tonali as well. Spurs fans panicking. I think Spurs has been used to get City moving. Nico class, Anderson class. Harry Kane does piss me off, though. He's meant to be a striker. Mate, that's what Aguero did for us for many years. That's what everyone wants Haaland to do. Hello, fellow treble winners. Hello, DC. How the devil are you? And I hope you are very well this fine, fickle of an evening. I highly doubt it happens anyway. Just lower the noise. Anderson isn't even finalised. Do you want to bet, Pear? Fraser Somley has been mid this window. Agree, Harry. There ain't much noise. Mighty so. We do want 2 centimetres. And the 2 centimetres we want are Anderson and Tonali. Big up, Oriano. Any news on Elliot Anderson? No, not at the moment, but it will happen. Say want 2 mids. Yes, they do want 2 mids from the start of the window. Big up, everyone. Hope you are well. I really hope we don't pay that much for Tonali. I don't even rate him. I would rather shop in the French and get a player for less amount of money. You're not going to, mate. Listen, I don't know where this less amount of money's coming from. Buardi's 80 million. I don't know where's this less amount of money coming from? I don't know where this less amount of money's coming from. Big up Curtis. And England, we had dangerous corners, should score 6. Wasn't the crazy keeper. Anderson, what a player, but Gay should have started. Don't think John Stones was bad at all, Cade. Don't think he was bad. I agree. City want 2-7. I'm saying I won't put my money on Tonali. Don't matter what we want. At least club is serious. Yes. Yes, Total Sport. How are you? Great win for England. Get those likes so people show the channel some love. Yeah, big up, mate. I mean, Tonali specifically was mainly noise to me, similar to Enzo, to get things moving for the player. Nope, he's not. Pear, I'm promising you, he's not. You don't have to believe me, mate, but stop telling other people it's noise when it's not. Big up, Martin, and the chat. Yes, hit that Samaritans. If you need help, go and get the Samaritans. Kyle, by the way, it's not me on Instagram. I must make this very clear. I don't run the Instagram account. Ozzy does. Ozzy runs the Instagram account. I have nothing to do with it. So, Kyle, got your message. Was forwarded to Matt. I didn't take it the wrong way, mate. You don't need to apologise. But thank you, and you're always welcome, mate. Never apologise. Yes, I'm 19. I'm not an unk. Carlos Queiroz still going strong. I must say, Rice was crap today. He was awful today. Fancy a bum. Cliff Magic. Is that you, Chris, or Joe? It's one of you two. Old friend of mine, old work colleague. Hey, Martin, DC and All Blues. Good evening, Kathy. And again, a massive thank you for your fine contributions. You know where. Steve, hi. How have you been a news fan? Been doing a man. Hi, how you been? News fan, you are doing amazing. Is Anderson close? Yes, it is getting close. And there's a lot more to come. We recorded episode 1 of Blues Brothers today with a fine fettle of a guest. It will be out on Friday at 5 p.m. And I'm not going to tell you who the guest is. You'll see. And the amount of guests that we've got lined up is phenomenal. Some of them you're going to know. Some of them are people on YouTube in the comments. That's how good it is. 2 things you got to be. Over 18, have your camera on. That's it. Depends on who goes out. Do you think Tonali and Anderson are coming to sitter? If it's up to the club, yes. England were better today and finally got some source and possession. I do think defensively the fails have been shown. Croatia, Belgium need to go to develop the next phase in the squad. Excuse me, hiccups. I don't think Tonali would leave Newcastle, go to Spurs with due respect. He just wants out of Newcastle, mate. Good evening, Dylan. Tonali's giving me the ick. You're a Real Madrid fan. Why does it matter what he's giving you the ick on? As a Real Madrid fan, you are caring far too much about Manchester City transfers, mate. Give us transfer news, Martin. I hope we sign. Well, I will do when we get it on. Whoa, that sounded weird. 3 days, 3 games so far, 16 more to go. Fortunate to get free tickets from work. Hey, big up, mate. Which game are you going to? Let us know. It'll be have a fun time. Hey, Martin, looks like we're spending big this window. I did say we were going to. I did say it was going to be the biggest summer since the takeover. Mister was brilliant today. If we could play like that for Newcastle, there are reasons to be cheerful. I wanted Gay and Stones. Our concert was good. Anderson assist, £200 million now. Big up, Solomon. How the devil are you? This fan base drives me crazy. When we're buying cheap, it's an issue. When we're spending money and being serious, it's too much money. Kyle, you are spot on 1,000% right. Kyle, you know what it is? It's not that. You want to spend the big money. You don't want the players we're spending the money on. Because some fans think 130 million will buy you an Elisa, a João Neves, etc. There are reasons you want Elliot Anderson. Homegrown, English, and available. João Neves, not homegrown, not available. PSG will not sell him for any amount. So, Buardi, 18, good prospect, 80 million quid. Not homegrown. No Premier League experience. It amazes me. Some people are just not happy, Kyle, because they're not getting the signings they want. They think it's FIFA. Like creating midfield squad, even though we scored a few. Any updates on our wingers? I will go through it all with you in a minute, mate. Might it's not having the money, just don't rate the guy. I've tried so hard to convince myself. But he's not signing for Real Madrid, mate. So why are you bothered? Hey, genuinely, are you a City fan? Are you a Sly City fan, Pear? I like it. You're a Sly City fan, aren't you? I'm never this bothered about Real Madrid players, mate. I'm really not. Rice easily worst player on the pitch. He was. Evening. I didn't watch the Congo match, Briggs. I'll be honest with you. I mean, not cheap. I've heard some of the players in the French league than from our own league. Then you need to get rid of the homegrown rule, then, Salah. You expect tension up in between the game now. I will go through it all in a minute. Cathy, no, I never knew you were here. How are you? Good evening. Governor, I thought you wasn't in. I had to watch England, Governor. I had to. Big up, Martin, in your opinion, should Semenyo be starting the City? Yes, he should be. 100%. We wanted a goal-scoring winger. We've got a goal-scoring winger. Jake and Elwood. Martin apparently Rice had a bad back for 2 months. The excuses are coming out from the Arsenal fans. You told us who the first guest was already. I haven't. I haven't told you who it was. Sonali, he's not worth getting for that money, in my opinion. I think Anderson is, though. He's bar going on loan. LB Nobbins. Nope, it isn't LB and it isn't Nobbins. One is Cathy and one is DC. I bet. Nope. What are the requirements to come on the interviews? Over 18 and be on camera, mate. Because that's the only thing with it. Louis, with the 29 months, you, sir, are a star. You are a superstar, my friend. And I want to thank you, Louis, for doing that. Now, guys, I'm not saying you have to come one at a time. You can come on in a group if you want to come on in a group. I'm going to put the link out in a minute. Sam Lee said today Rodri wouldn't mind going in. He's not been happy at the club, mostly about the injury cover. Also, City will tell Diaz, bring a good offer and he can go. He gives me the ick because I play nothing to do with Madrid. Anderson and Sonali can tolerate the place in the right roles, but I'd rather get a midfield and more fluidity and flexibility in the six than Sonali, such as Kamara, Sangani and Barrios. The trouble is, Dash, you know this. They've just played this game with Nico G and Reinders and it hasn't worked. They're going for Premier League proven, mate. Not potential gambles. Kamara's a very good player. He's still a gamble, Dash. He's still a gamble, and the club don't want to gamble anymore in that midfield. Tonali's a backup for 100 million. Why would it be a backup? I don't get the backup. Because Tonali really has split the fan base. England performances, I was an example of what coach on the training ground can do. Summer, he gives me the ick because I play nothing to do in Madrid. Thought Reece will be loaned out to Premier League team or League One team. We'll see. Tonali as well. Anderson. Right, let's get the link out. I'm going to send a couple of links to people in our group. And then we'll get people on. Where am I going? Sorry, I'm just sending the link out to people and then I can put it in here. He's house captain here as well. I need to give him back. Martin, so where the book is Salah going to play for 100 million? Rotation, mate. Spot on, Kyle. If we're getting Tonali, then does that mean Randers and Nico G are off? Yes, more than likely. Chat, don't neglect the likes. Thank you very much. Use Academy, keep the money. Mate, we need to spend the money. Marinaka's tax. K, do we need a coach? 100 million for an Italian bricklayer. Big up, Martin. Hope you are well. Thank you, Kobe. I'm very well. Agree we need to get a new manager first. Got one. The club is obviously expecting quite a few mids to leave. Yes, spot on, LG. Evening, Martin. So we're definitely, yes, we are after 2 mids. Martin, I do the same thing with every club. I watch a lot of Prem. Absolutely fine, mate. Rodri extends. Martin, will we start Rodri Anderson? All right, I will go into that in a bit. I'm going to start that one and come back to it. They don't think Rodri will extend. For me, it's not about whether it's big money or not. All I care about is style of play. They're not going after projects, Dash, in the midfield area. They don't want projects. And Kamara is still a project. He's still a gamble, mate. Tell me the difference between Kamara and Nico G. I think this is what people are forgetting in this situation is they're going after a player who is experienced within the Premier League. They're not going after. They've just done Reinders and Nico J, and it's quite proven that, in their opinion, they may have made an error and they're correcting it. Why would they then go back to the French league or wherever the Portuguese league and make the exact same error they've just made? Why would they then go back to the French league? Whoa, I heard myself there. It was lovely. I thought I'd cut him out then.
Still had the blower on. I was listening to you while I was putting the kettle on. So I brought the phone back into the room and you were still on, going on about things like you do.
Hey, we like to say hello and get people in first.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. I didn't think it was making me brew though, because I saw the link coming.
I've stuck. Oh, that sounds a bit dodgy. I've stuck the link in now, so the link is now in the chat. So we can get you in. While I'm here, I'll tell you about tomorrow night. We are going to do a couple of shows tomorrow. We're going to talk about the midfield in general. And then we're going to have a little debate. We've not had a proper debate in a while. I want to have a debate on KDB or David Silva. It's going to be a bit of a feisty one, that one. I can just see it. I'm going to make people come out of their comfort zone tomorrow.
KDB or David Silva?
See?
That's not
Trev's
fair,
already squirming at that question. He don't like it. He don't want it.
It's not fair. I'm abstaining, mate.
Nope, you can't do.
I can't abstain.
Nope, you've got to choose one, and you've got to say why.
No, it's like asking me to choose between my children, and I've only got one.
Mate, though, innit? That's the whole point of it.
No, yeah.
We did that with Mancini and Pep. Those 2 years in.
No, Pep.
No, some people were choosing Mancini.
I like Bobby Mank a lot. You know, respect to both of them. Respect to everyone who's ever managed City, because even when we weren't any good, it was quite a difficult job. And Kevin Keegan just brought a madness that I adored, but he was mad.
Right, news come out. Doku has agreed a new contract till 2031. It's not official. It's very much the same as the Foden and the Gabardio news. All agreed. Formal announcements will come. The reason formal announcements aren't coming, some of it's to do with sponsorships and timing and releases, and if they're ever going to change. Say, for example, one's with Puma, they're going to move to Nike, or the with Nike, they're going to move to Puma. They all need to get in line at the same time. Solomon, that's fine. That's LB's opinion. But what LB says isn't gospel, though, Solomon. That's just his opinion, and he's entitled to it. As you're entitled to yours, and I'm entitled to mine. It's all good. Right. Oriano.
I think making such profound and bold statements about players in the close season is perhaps it's brave, because we don't know what this season's going to bring. It will be Semenyo's second season in the team, and we know that most players who do succeed in the team get better in their second season when they get used to things. And so I think, if anything, I mean, LB really thinks properly about the game, you know, and he's hugely positive, usually. So I just think, if anything, he's just a bit premature with that statement.
Not wrong with being a bit premature. Well, there is.
Is this-
It depends on what circumstances, and we can make them
Exactly.
jokes. It's late night. Oriano, Kyle, good evening. How are you both? Thank you for joining us.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, my friend.
Nice. Thank you for having me.
Right, Kyle, you made this point, and I think it's a great point, and I'm going to kick off with it. Last season, everyone bitched and moaned and complained that we cheaped out not buying Florian Wirtz. Now we're spending too much money. Can someone make head and tail of it for me? Because I'm seriously, yes, we will be doing MANCITY. I don't understand it. Or is it just the type of player they want? People are wanting.
I think it's a bit of both, and I think it's something that we're seeing in the Premier League now, where different fan bases and different rivals are like being financial managers. Like, I think everyone is trying to win the Auditor of the Year award, or whoever manages the books the best. I'm pretty confused because you buy cheap, you buy twice, as LB always says. So I just think it's a bit of a jealousy because City are basically being very aggressive in the transfer market, and we still have this 1-1-5 situation. So I think the rivals and people within the fan base are questioning the money, and it's not our money. And if we want to be competitive in a post-Pep era, I don't see an issue with us being aggressive and identifying targets and putting contingencies in place if a situation RODRI doesn't want to extend. We have a contingency in place or something that Maresca could work with. So I am baffled. Like, we signed Nico G, didn't work. Reinders misprofiled. Yeah. Nunes is a right back. So yeah, let's get Anderson, let's get Tonali, let's build, and then we have our midfield sorted for the next 3-4 years, and then we could work on other branches of the squad. So I am very baffled, and yeah, I don't know what else to say.
I think baffled is the default state for anybody who spends as much time as Martin, I, and some of the other members of the channel do online. It is a schizophrenic fan group, but I think that's kind of healthy. You know, Tonali has not blown my skirt up, so I am hoping to be convinced by the Tonali fanciers what he brings. I agree with your broad principle. I don't think we should be signing project players for most of the positions if we can afford a proven seasoned pro. So, and I think that's kind of what you were saying, right? Or unless I've read you wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kyle.
Yeah, definitely. Especially for the midfield era, we have been trying to be cheeky. Not the sporting director, but just trying to be very clever with midfield signings, trying to find bargains, trying to find what would Pep to use, market opportunities, and it wasn't working. So now we're saying, okay, we identified these two midfielders who are prem proven, as you like to say, and we are going aggressive, and we are paying what the market is determining for the players right now. It's Alex Scott is 80 million. So to get Tonali,
Adam Watson's 100.
Yeah, Morgan Rogers is 100. Like, I think people need to realize that, okay, yes, it's a lot of money, but that's the going rate. You know, you wouldn't walk into a Michelin star restaurant and then ask, why is it so expensive? That's just the rate at the restaurant.
That's where we're shopping at.
We could either sit and complain and let another season pass, and then we say, okay, we're not good enough, and then we have the standards police questioning the club's ambition, or we back Maresca, and then we can then judge him. Basically, said we provided you with the tools, and you did not perform, and then we could have a clear, fair assessment. So I am all for spending money. Like, let's do it.
And I think LB has said a couple of times, it's not my money. I'm not putting my hand in my pocket. As long as we're within PSR and our management group, who are the best in the business, better than any club in the world, believe that we can afford it, then why not? Why not get proven players? We all love a project player. We all love a youngster coming in who we can get behind and believe in. We've got those. We've got those in our development squad. We don't need to buy those. You know, I want proven players. We're losing experience. We're bleeding leadership here. We had to with Stones and Bernardo. If Rodri, Kova, and Diaz go,
not tonight, Ara.
I'm seriously
like
worried about it.
Tonight, Ara.
You know, we don't need to bleed any more leadership. So I'm hoping that we keep.
Me as Trevor muted.
Sorry.
Can you not hear him, Kyle?
No, I'm not hearing him. No.
I could hear him.
Hello.
I'm hearing you loud and clear, Martin.
All right.
But you're
Kyle,
not hearing me.
Do you want to leave and then come back?
Sure.
I'll add you back. Might be a connection, mate. No worries.
No problem.
Yeah. Good evening, Dylan, by the way. By the way, guys, if you want to come on and debate this, I think people are getting a bit mixed up here in what I'm saying because they're going, I want this and I want this. The problem is, what you are saying to me is go and get Kamara, go and get me Mazza, go and get me these. These are players that are still a gamble. Any player is a gamble. But what Manchester City is trying to do is keep going on about the system, and we're not Pep Guardiola ball anymore, and we are not in cheeky days anymore. This is Hugo Biano and Maresca. We don't know what we're going to play. We're guessing. People are looking at Tonali as he was at Newcastle. Newcastle is not surrounded by the same quality of players. He's just not. Kamara looks a good up-and-coming player, but we're not after up-and-coming players. We've just done the up-and-coming players bit.
Yeah, Dash is asked to define project players and proven players. A project player is under 22, has maybe played 1 or 2 seasons at an A grade, you know, a Premier League level, at either in the UK or usually from Europe, and they don't have the experience. They have not proven that they can play at the pace of the Premier League on a consistent basis. So they are, by definition, a bit more of a gamble than somebody who's been playing in the Premier League for 4 or 5 years. So there is a difference between a project player and a proven player. You know, we're buying Anderson. You know, all right, he's young, he's had 1 great season, but the eye test tells you that he's good enough. You know, but some of the other players that we've brought in, for example, well, I don't know. You pick one. You tell me who you thought was a project player that made it.
Well, for me at the minute, I think Kushnov's going to make it. When we bought him, he was a project player.
Correct.
He hadn't played a lot of games for Lons. He'd only made his Champions League debut the season before. He was a project player.
Yeah.
Now he's going to make it. That's what I mean by this is what I don't understand. I don't know what people are after because Dash, maybe you need to come on and explain. They're going after Premier League proven players. Because everyone's going, well, Tonali doesn't suit this. Has anyone asked who Tonali's replacing? Who Anderson's going to replace? Because I'm presuming a lot of people are guessing that
Bernardo, no?
Well, not only that, who says Rodri's staying?
Oh, shit.
Who says Nico G's staying? Who says Reinders is staying?
Damn.
There's a lot of assumptions. People have said our midfield is the most important part in our whole team. And when we're actually trying to do it properly, people are upset we're not going after the likes of Mazza. I thought Mazza was poor last night.
Savinho
was okay.
Savinho was a project player who
hasn't made it. Project player. It depends. But Tonali replaced Rodri. But have you ever, right, Mario, who says Tonali is going to play the same role as Rodri will? You're presuming Rodri and Tonali will say he'll play the exact same thing. Kyle, by the way, jumping, mate, come back. Hopefully you can get sorted on your connection. But there's a lot of assumptions going on at the moment. That's what I'm trying to get. You can't assume Tonali's going to do what Rodri, because Rodri was a number 6 who came and collected the ball out from the back and brought it forward. He would play 20 and 30-yard passes. Maybe we're not going to do that anymore.
I think it's a bit of a limitation on the conversation if we go down that route, though, Martin. I like talking about how he's going to play, how he's going to manage.
I don't know how we're going to play, Trev.
But none of us know, and everyone's assuming that the template that he's played at other clubs, he's going to impose on our team. And I don't think he'll do that because he's not had the riches before him. He's not had that before. He's had to eke out some sort of system with, even though he had 58 players at Chelsea, none of them were, of the quality that he's got at City. None of them are that good and have that experience. And so, anyway, I saw someone made a complete video about exactly how he's going to play based on how he's played before. I'm not convinced that that's what we're going to see. I think that he will have his own, and I hope he has his own ideas. Of course, there will be things that he's known for. He will have preferences, but I don't think he's coming to City to put a template on it that he's used before. I don't think he's got a template, because what he did with Leicester was very different to what he did with Chelsea. There were similarities, but I think you might see a different manager. Now he's at a club where he's got everything he wants, everything he needs, and no excuses.
And to also add to that, Trev, Maresca also had 6 months to look at the Premier League, to identify players, to potentially identify a new tactic. Like, I think people are, yes, we have to go with what he has done before, but you don't know what he would want to bring new. Like how Pep always, I'm not comparing Maresca to Pep, but just what Pep always found a way to reinvent himself. So why can't we think that Maresca, with the time that he was given off, found a way to potentially reinvent himself and potentially play in a different style? Like, I think we're too fixated on, okay, this is his way of playing at Chelsea.
Correct.
He's just going to copy and paste, but
Correct.
he has totally different tools.
Correct.
He has what Maresca asked the board at Chelsea for. He wanted a better goalkeeper. Donnarumma was an upgrade. He wanted a better striker. Haaland is definitely an upgrade. He wanted centre-backs. We have Ruben Diaz, Kusanov, Gehi, and Guavidal. So it's like he has more or better quality tools at his disposal. So
yeah, I just need to correct Andre. That is not what I was saying about Anderson. And come on and tell me why you think we're paying too much for him. Come on. Just come on and let's have that conversation. I want to have that conversation with somebody. Sorry, Kyle, you were making a great point, and I didn't.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I just wanted to address Andre before the comment disappeared. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I don't know why everyone is applying last year's transfer rate to this year's market.
What we done wrong?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one. It's like I said, if you want to come on and explain, because see, my version of a project player is someone who's not got loads of internationals. Yeah, he's 18, 19, or 20. That sort of level. Anderson is 24 in November. He has played in the Premier League for the last 4 or 5 years. How is he a project player?
He just isn't.
He bossed the midfield for England tonight. He was outstanding today. How anyone can say he was poor today, he's mad.
And if you look at the path for the assists for Jude Bellingham, that quality of passing from so deep, that is incredible. Like, if you look at Declan Rice, I was watching and I was comparing both of them. Declan Rice is sideways and back. Anderson always looks to to look for the forward pass to keep the
He just
momentum.
progresses the ball. It's like crazy.
Exactly. And Declan Rice was 100 mil. Anderson is, in my opinion, Anderson is much more ahead of Declan Rice when Declan Rice left to West Ham. But it's just because he's coming from a relegation threatened team, and he's English, and he doesn't have that high profile status. I think that's why people are a bit wary. I think there's a bit of a Jack Grealish PTSD as well. Because in the beginning, I also had that PTSD with Jack Grealish because of Jack Grealish and spending that amount of money for an English player. But I think people need to just step back and understand, okay, there's a lot more other factors that went into Jack Grealish's success or lack thereof at City, and a lot more things on the personal side off the pitch. But I look at Elliot Anderson's profile, I looked at his the way he carries about himself. I just think he's perfect for City, and I rather we go and pay the whatever is the rate that Marinakis is asking for. We get our number one target, rather than we sit back here and wonder what if we have gotten this player, what if we'd have spent the extra $1 million, because it will pay back in the long run.
Totally agree.
Andre doesn't like him.
I don't want to, by the way, in the chat, I don't want to get bogged down with who is and what is a project player and what isn't. Okay, it's boring for everybody else. It might be your hobby horse, and that's fine. We're not going to agree on it. I know what I mean. I know what I mean by a project player. What you think of is a project player is different. It's not interesting for everybody else. Okay, so let's get out of that hole.
Where are you going? It sounds like you're in a toilet there.
Oh, I've got earbuds in. Can you hear me proper now?
He's very echoey.
Loud and clear.
Is it? I'll take them off in a minute. Well, if and when we do get Anderson, we're getting a diamond.
Yeah.
Just can't wait. We're getting a diamond. He just purred tonight. He really did. I'll change him over.
I actually thought he was great tonight. I thought it was great. And, yeah, do I think the price is too much? Yes, but me saying the price is too much isn't, it's not my money. It's not my money. They're not coming knocking on my door. I'm not bothered about the money anymore. I don't see why everyone's getting the knickers in a twist over the money.
By the way, Matthew, yeah, there is a link. If you look at the bottom of the chat, there's a link.
It's pinned. No, I've pinned it, Trav.
Oh, he's pinned it. So, yeah, anyone can join the chat.
Yeah. I can only have so many on at one go, so I can't get everybody in. But
I won't be on, Martin, anyway. I won't be on long.
Well, as long as you're on tomorrow for our little debate.
Yeah.
Because that's going to cause a fight. You see it.
You're right there, Fraz. Trust the club in Vienna.
I was not very good on this.
Dylan, how do you feel about all this that's going on? How would you feel about Tonali and Anderson?
I like it. We've been asking for engines for however many days we've been talking about that. I think they're good players. They'll improve the midfield that we already have. And I think we can compete again. And, yeah, give...
Well, wasn't one of the issues everyone said about our midfield that it was too soft and weak?
Yeah. And I think Anderson and Tonali just gives us that push over the edge a bit. Anderson with the progression, technicality, and can do anything. Tonali, not really too technical, but has a good strike on him that he could score crazy goals.
Mm.
For the people who are not sure about Anderson or say that the price, and don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about the people who think it's expensive, because that's all of us. Nobody thinks that this is a fair price. I don't think, right?
No.
Some might, but there'll be outliers. The bulk of people think that 125 million for any football player is too much. But that's what the market is at the moment. That's what we're going to have to pay to get him, and it's not our money. But for people who think that that's a deal breaker, okay, for people who say definitely not, that's got to be your opinion, right? Tell me who we're buying. Tell me, who have you seen?
If I can add to that question, Trev, I would like to add, tell me a homegrown player that is between the age of 23 to 26, has experience in the Premier League and is ready to and has room to grow as well as a person within the club. And also, when you identify that player, tell me the price.
There you go. Let's get these people on the record, because I think that some of them have someone in mind. So let's see who they have in mind. I think that's part of the motivation for them saying it's a deal breaker. Definitely not. So I want to know who they've got in mind as well.
Well, I also want to know how much would they pay and what for. I'm intrigued in that as well. In what they're doing. Also, Mr. Super Chat Lee, pardon me. Thank you. Hi, Martin. Do you think Tonali is being looked at now because of the Rod situation, in case he doesn't extend? Yes and no. Bit of both.
Yeah, the two things can be true. The two things can be true. The two motivations can be the part of the package of motivations.
Yeah. Nico G and Randers are the obvious two where they're looking at. Dash, I totally didn't see you, mate. Thank you for that. For your 21 months, you, sir, are a superstar. Thank you very, very much. I think this is the thing people aren't looking at is the club are genuinely... They are concerned with the Rodri situation. We can't stick our head in the sand on this Rodri situation.
Mm-hmm. Plus, showing interest in somebody else actually puts some pressure on Rodri.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because why Doku, Gavadio, and the others want extended? Because they just want to be here, and I don't know why something's holding up Rodri. So
everybody else who's been offered deals has signed within 2 to 3 weeks.
Exactly.
There's a sinister thing, and I've mentioned this before because it's important context, and it's to do with Real Madrid, and not everybody has heard this, so I'll try and make it as brief as I can. Real Madrid have a liquidity problem. They've had a liquidity problem for 3 years. The stadium rebuild overwent the budget, and it's cost them $1 billion. So they don't have a lot of ready cash. They might get an injection of ready cash, but they don't have it right now. And so they can't go out and spend like sailors, and they haven't been able to for 3 years because they haven't won a trophy for 2 years. And that massively impacts their anticipated revenue. And so their strategy is definitely switched. And I did some research on this. I'm going to make a video about it. But their strategy is that they have prioritized players who are coming up to their last year of contracts and then getting their obedient media to flirt with them. People like Romano, people like all the Madrid channels to flirt with them saying Real Madrid are interested. That's not to buy them now. That's to stop them signing extensions when they're getting to their last year. And if you look at the 3 who've extended, City have done the smart thing. They've got 2, 3, and 4 years left, right? And they're committing them now because they don't want them to get to into the last 2 years so that Real Madrid can do this strategy to get people on a free. They did it with Van Dijk. They've done it with Bernardo, although they got Bernardo without having to do much of that. But there are 4 signings that I came up with in the research where this is exactly the pattern. So they've got a list of players who are approaching their last year of a contract. They activate their propaganda machine, their media, to start dropping hints and flirting with those players. And their mission is to stop those players from extending in that last year or before that last year kicks in. That's what Real Madrid are doing. I think that's what they're doing with Rodri. Maybe Rodri's head has been turned. Maybe the club aren't completely convinced about Rodri for an extension. They've offered him one, right? But maybe the club know more about his injury than we know. There's also that. I'm trying to be objective here. I adore the guy, and I definitely don't want him to leave, right? I definitely don't want him to. But I know what Real Madrid's it's a real strategy, and I can prove it, and I'll prove it in the video. This is what they're doing, and they're doing it brilliantly. They're really good at this, you know. And what player's head wouldn't be turned by Real Madrid unless they go another couple of years without a trophy? And then we'll see a Man United style decline of their appeal. Man United have no pull anymore. You know, it's not the club that everyone dreams of joining anymore. We're in that tier now. There are people, 21, 22, 23-year-olds, who don't remember Man United's era of dominance, right? But they do remember ours. It's all they've ever known. I posted a timeline of how old Anderson was during the beginning of our era of domination. And he was 9.
Wow.
He's known nothing but City be the biggest club in England. He's known nothing but that. And there are players who are coming to maturity now who also have no memory of United being this brilliant side that they were. So going back to Rodri, I think being really cynical and objective, I think that's what's happening. I think that's definitely what's happened. And every player's head will be turned still by Real Madrid. I don't know how long that will continue for. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. And also, wait for the video to come out. I'm trying to get it out within the next, I don't know, week. There's a lot of research gone into it, but it's not a long video. It's like a 20-minute.
Yeah, by the way, people asking about Trev's channel is Kick-Ass Kids.
Yeah, there's not much on there. I mean, you can go and watch some of my legacy stuff, which is deeper dives. There's a huge... The one you should watch is my defense of Kusanov after his first game, and I take apart a journalist called James Drucker, who is a United fan who works for the Telegraph and is a nasty, nasty piece of work, right? And I focus because he tried to destroy. He did an article after Kusanov's
we went against Chelsea, right?
Yeah. He did a hatchet job on him, and I despise that kind of journalism. And so I exposed Ducker for who he is. He's a journalist who won awards as a youngster. He won Young Journalist of the Year and Young Journalist of this and that and the other, and nothing else as an adult, right? And then he goes on United channels, including the one that was owned by Goldbitch, and they glaze him up. And Mr. Ducker, Mr. Martin Ducker of the Telegraph has come on our channel. You're so busy. Oh, you're so busy, but you give us your time like he's some sort of bloody celebrity. He's not. He's a mediocre journalist, and he tried to do a hatchet job. And within days of that hatchet job coming out, I did a video on Kusanov, and you should watch it because I think it was pretty good, and it'll make you feel better that somebody talks back to journalists.
Couple of questions, by the way. Pairs come in. Martin, why does Premier League proven make a better player than the other? I generally don't understand the concept.
There's no risk.
Better. What we're saying is, the trouble is, Pair, Manchester City have now gone 2 years without winning the title in their eyes. They've gone out of the Champions League in the last 16 or the last 32. For Manchester City, I don't personally agree with it, but for Manchester City, it's not great. They want to change that. They want to build a dynasty to win now. They have spent in the last 3 years, they bought Nunes, Calvin Phillips, Nico G, Reinders, Kovacic. I'm sure they bought others. They've spent about 200 million on 4 or 5 midfielders, and none of them, well, I think 2 of them had the proper opportunity, but they've not been able to nail down a proper Manchester City first team level. So what they're saying is, I think what they're saying is they can't afford to go and buy another 50, 60 million pound player out of South America anymore and take the gamble on him. What they want now is Premier League proven, ready-made. They know the Premier League. They don't need to adapt to the Premier League. They're used to playing that intensity. They're used to playing every 3 days. Right, go.
And it's faster. You ask any pro who's moved from another league to the Premier League, what's the biggest difference? And they will tell you the game is so much faster than anywhere else in the world. Doesn't matter where they come from, Germany or Latin America or from Spain or Italy, they will tell you the hardest thing to adapt to is the speed at which the game is played, and not everybody does adapt or can adapt. And for some, it takes until the second season. So I'm willing to persist with people like Reinders, who hasn't had a chance. I'm willing to persist with Ait Nouri, and I'm willing to persist with Marmoush, although nobody else in the fan base believes in it. But I think their second seasons could be a revelation, and we've seen that a lot.
Mm.
I do think Reinders needs a second season, though. A second season, too.
Yeah.
The only caveat I have is that was a Pep model. Like we usually, the second season under Pep. I think with Maresca now, it's this gray area because we are basing a lot of our arguments on a Pep style philosophy, which is
but I think the adaptation is the second season.
Yeah, okay.
It wasn't getting used to a different way of being managed. It was strictly within the limits of the adaptation to the speed and pace of the Premier League and the different challenges that it presents. And some players, it wasn't adjusting to Pep. And so this is my worry about signing players who aren't used to that to come in and have that first season of adjustment under a new manager. I think it's a worry. I think in a couple of years' time, when Maresca's got his feet under the table and we know what we've got, then that's a great time to begin some experimentation and to take some risks in some positions. But for this season, I'm sorry, I'm just being pretty conservative about it. I want proven players in every position.
I agree. Agreed.
Maresca will play a double. I think Ait Nouri, Trevor.
Yeah.
Hey, Trevor, I think Ait Nouri was already up to speed anyway. Reinders, I agree with you there. Second season, hopefully he'll come good.
Yeah.
Depending on the system they play.
Remember, Ait Nouri and Marmoush went to AFCON, which was a huge miss, a big chunk of the season at a really important, busy time. So we haven't seen them.
And also, the situation with Ait Nouri is that O'Reilly was just on top form. Like, we just also have to respect that Nico O'Reilly was having the season of his life. And also, when Doku was fit, especially in the second half of the season, Doku carried his game up to a different level. So it's one thing to say yes, the second season that where you hope that in another season they will come good, but we also have to respect the fact that we have players that are also improving and playing at a high level, which would mean competition for places, and some players might just be left out. That's just sports.
That's good. It. That's healthy.
True. We say about players being upset, not getting in, but that's the whole point of a strong bench competing. Yeah. We have to tell the players now, if you sign for Man City, you got to accept that you're going to be part of a 25-man squad. You need 2 international players in every position, and you're going to play. We're going to play about 60 games a season if we're successful, and you've got to be prepared to be ready. That's part of being Man City. Or play for Brentford and play every game, but you won't win trophies.
Well, Andre's got a question.
Or like Palmer, and now Trafford wants to do. Go and find your level, mate. Play more minutes, win nothing.
Well, Andre's come back. Guys, based on our previous top midfielders, so I presume you meaning
it's a big list.
Bernardo, Silva, Rodri. Who is Anderson better than? Now, I'm going to say straight away, that is a dangerous question, because who's better than KDB in our team right now, Andre?
Why are we comparing?
Who do you?
Why does it matter who's better?
Question, Andre, because you're failing to commit. Right? Commit. Who do you think we should be buying? It's all right, asking your questions of us. Commit. Who do you want? Who's better?
I don't think there is anyone better than some of our midfielders. You're not going to buy another Bernardo.
I want Andre to tell me who he thinks he's better, because that's, according to Andre's logic, that's who we should be buying. Yeah, and so who is it? Who is it?
There's no one.
Yeah, you need an answer to your argument.
I'm probably not going to get one.
Well, I have a question to you with regards to Rodri.
At the end of the day, does he win the ball back in the field? I'm fed up of us not winning the ball back in the field, and 3 or 4 of our City players going in for ball and not coming out with it, and then we get bypassed.
Do that twice today. Yeah. Well, we got tumbleweeds blowing across the plains from Andre. Now he's been asked to commit.
Yeah, man, that brings another question. No, I agree. But what I'm saying is you would have other players. So Anderson would have to progress the ball. Other players would have to start progressing the ball.
Mm-hmm.
We're not, because you got to remember, again, I'm going to go back to the Maresca and Pep thing. Pep played one CDM. He would never play a double pivot. Sorry, Trev, don't mean to or pivot. Maresca doesn't play one. He plays two. So you're immediately changing the way you're building up anyway.
Yeah, he'll play two and they'll allow one to advance box crash. That's what he likes to do. But fundamentally, they've got to win the ball back. In the midfield, we want players that can win that ball back and then just give it to Shirky, give it to the white players or whatever.
Right. We got an answer. We got an answer from Andre, but I'm now going to apply your logic and ask you the same question. Which of our great midfielders is Adam Wharton or Emery better than? And then you will understand your question better, I think, because I think, you asked it sincerely and it's a good question. Okay. But now you've committed, I can ask it back to you. Who out of our midfielders of the past is Adam Wharton or Emery better than? Carry on. I'll give Andre a minute to think about it because it's a tough question. And he asked it first and it was a tough question, but I needed to reflect it back to him. I needed to hold the mirror up to the question he was asking and get him to share his ideas, because that's what I want. I want ideas, and I also want somebody
to be over 100 million, by the way.
Yeah, and I also want somebody to sell Tonali to me. Darcy's getting some shit about it. He's not got a Tonali hate train. He's just asking the right questions about Tonali, and I want somebody to sell Tonali to me because I'm 60-40 and 60s no. So
Tonali will cover the pitch. They'll win the ball back. They'll tackle, they'll get stuck in, and they'll give it to the creative players. And that's what they'll do. And that's all we need.
That's the best pitch I've heard for him.
I'd said he is the ball winner, Trev. He's the ball winner.
Yeah,
His passing does need improving, yes. But you're going to have Anderson, you're going to have other. I'm looking at it in a very different way. I will stand by this. Everyone keeps looking at it in a PEP system as a one-man DM. We're not going to play a one-man DM anymore.
Correct.
I've got more questions further up the pitch.
Correct.
They're my questions.
The front three?
Well, your wingers, because he replaces his 210s, he's one of them a winger, he's one of them. They're my questions. I don't have a worry with Anderson. I mean, I wouldn't even have a problem with Rodri, Tonali and Anderson.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Do you know what makes me mad? You know what gets mad? People have been saying this, LB's been saying this, and loads of rivals have been saying this. Everyone keeps saying Newcastle's midfield is the best in the Premier League.
Correct.
That's what everyone keeps telling everyone.
Not really.
They've got the best midfield three in the whole Premier League. And I've heard United fans say it, Liverpool fans say it, I've heard many City fans say it, even Arsenal fans have said it, and they don't give a door a bang, never mind give it credit to anyone else. Why do you think everyone's going to buy their players?
Engines.
Everyone wants to go to Newcastle and take their players away.
Yeah.
I mean, there is two reasons behind it. One, to stop them getting big. And number two, because they have got quality players.
Because they've got to sell.
Had to be that good because what's in front of him and what's been behind him.
Don't give me Jed Brannon, baby. Piss off.
Some basic job with well.
We're going for Tonali because they've got to sell him, haven't they? I think they've got a lot of restrictions in regards to their financial fair play, haven't they? So they've got to sell him.
And he has 2 years left. I think he's an asset that they can get a lot of money from.
This is another question. Why can't we be like PSG with no DM?
Because they're the flavour of the month at the moment. Everyone wants to be like PSG. Bollocks to that. It's different leagues.
PSG, people got to realise PSG. Ligue 1 is a very gifted, talented league. I'll give you that. But it is not as competitive as the Premier League.
It is one of the most physical leagues in the world.
No, it is. But they do have easier games.
Yeah.
Also, the League One accommodate them in Europe. They help them. The Premier League don't help anybody.
Yeah.
So,
well, yeah, you're right. They have won their league 2 months before the end of the Champions League season's finished. They just
struggle.
rest players, don't they?
Thing this year because they had Long, who their manager's just gone to Crystal Palace.
Plus, I wouldn't want to watch a team that plays like PSG. I don't. It doesn't excite me. I want a team to play like we play.
Yeah.
I want to see what the new City is.
Can I ask a question
about that?
Yeah, of course, come.
Yeah, what does anybody think happens to Rico Lewis? Is he a midfielder? Can he play in a double pivot as long as he's got somebody next to him that does the grasping?
I don't think he's physical enough.
No, I don't think he's in the
No,
plans.
he gets the ball stuck off him too easy.
If Rico Lewis has to be in a team, he has to play as a 10, like very advanced up the pitch. Like, I wouldn't trust him in a midfield against the like of Joe Linton and Declan Rice and Caicedo. Let's be real.
My longer narrative about this is that 2 seasons ago, when we had no defenders, we broke him by forcing him to play out of position, and he didn't thrive there. And I think it messed with his head. And I think this season, when he did get back in, when he did get a chance, he was so risk averse because of the PTSD from the previous season that he couldn't thrive again. And I think, I love the kid and he's homegrown. So, as a Manc, it's like that's extra. You get extra credit for that. Always from every Mancunian, we love that story, but I think we broke him. I don't know whether we have a duty of care to fix him and keep him for another season to find out.
I agree. I think he suffered from that season when we had the old players in midfield and we were getting bypassed through by physical players, and he struggled with that.
Yeah. And when
we've got tough players next to him that'll cover behind him and do the job for him. Does he ever? He's very good at finding space. He's very good in the half spaces. He's technically good, but I don't know. It's hard to say because he's homegrown, isn't he, as well?
I think he did really well in La Liga.
All of those reasons, I agree with you, but I don't know. My emotion. It's an emotional argument. It's not based on him as a player. It's not based on his skills. It's an emotional argument. So therefore, it's really difficult to defend. I hope we keep hold of him and give him another opportunity to be what we thought he would become. I'm not sure that this season is it. So maybe a season on loan to somewhere to get that confidence back or to sort it out.
I think he'll always be a squad player. Always.
Yeah.
But we need them,
I don't think.
So I think his best interest is to go to somewhere else.
He's a squad player anymore. He had 200 minutes last year. He's not even a squad player anymore.
Well,
that's what I mean.
He's better off going somewhere else.
Destroyed him the previous season. We didn't mean to.
It's kind of Pep's fault for keep putting him in right back, not 10. I like Pep, but sometimes
I'm going to say something here that's going to be harsh.
No.
It's okay to say he's not Manchester City quality.
I was about to say I just don't think
it is okay to say that. Yeah. I'm not discrediting the lad by saying that.
Because we'll have one inverted fullback, whichever side it is. So we're going to need somebody that can do that.
That was my point. My point is what you do with shaking forward and you rotate. What do you do? I'm just going to be honest. I think Rico's a good player. I don't think he's ready for Manchester City. I think he needs to go to a Fulham, a Brighton, something like that.
I would even say
they've got a Germany. He could got a Germany.
Even one of the promoted sides.
And have a buyback clause on him.
Yeah.
I'm not slating Rico. I think he's a good player. But I'm going to be straight with you. I think we have to be. It's okay to say not Manchester City quality. I don't think Echeverri will make it a City. I don't think probably, people, and again, will Napan make it at City? Spent 11 million quid in him. No one's talked about him going anywhere near our midfield.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
He's chilling.
And again,
he was on the bus in the parade when I saw him on the bus in the parade.
Tonali's only going to happen if they sell midfielders. Now, they are looking at selling. There is interest in Nico Gonzalez. There is interest in Reinders. And I think some people don't want to give up on Reinders and Nico J. And that is very admirable. And part of me agrees with that. But here's my thing. If you don't buy Anderson and Tonali or another now, and you give Nico G and Reinders to go, and it doesn't work, those players won't be there in 6 to 12 months to go back and get.
Correct.
But some other players will emerge. It happens every season.
Man. Are they all right? Is the club willing to go 3 years to not challenge and take that gamble, Ultra? That's the question you have to ask.
I don't know. It's a risk whoever we buy.
Yeah, but what's a bigger risk?
It's not a good enough squad as it is.
I disagree.
This is another Yaya Toure.
I think our midfield's one of the weakest areas we've got.
Yeah. Yeah, but you were talking about Reinders and Nico G.
I don't.
Nico G, my mind was changed actually on the channel, on the chat, by who was it? Who's a bit of an expert in the Spanish league? Who is it, Martin? Maybe huh? Yeah, Daniele. Yeah. And Daniele said something really interesting that I then looked at, and he's right. He said that Nico G is basically, in Spain, they produce players in that position, and he's not special. He's just that level. They're all good. They're all maybe even very good, but he's not a standout in that league. It's just the thing that Spain does. They produce very good players in that position, and they produce a lot of them. And then I had a look, and he's right.
But Trev, do you think Nico has room to improve and time? Because I'm watching the age, like Reinders is a bit more mature, and I think that we bought Reinders for the here and now. With Nico G, I don't know, but you can tell me your thoughts. I think we've seen that, okay, in glimpses or in pockets, there is room for a player to evolve. And I would be gutted if we get rid of him so quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm very torn with Nico G.
I'd like to try him in a double pivot next to Rodri.
Yeah.
Or next to an Anderson.
Yeah.
That's when you can say, yeah, we tried him there. He's not worked if it doesn't work. I think it would probably work better next to Rodri.
Right.
Yeah. With Reinders, I'm a bit more concerned because I don't see Reinders working in a double pivot. And I only see Reinders working as a 10. And we have Foden and Cherky ahead of him. And also his age. And if we don't sell him now, his value would just decrease.
Okay.
At least that's my thought with Reinders.
Right. That's good points. Good points, Kyle, yeah. Hey, Uphead.
Big up.
I think Reinders is another like a Yaya Toure. He needed Barry next to him. He needed Fernandinho next to him. And he just went up and down and that type of player. Box crashing.
Who would you say playing alongside Rodri?
Gonzalez, Nico, or Reinders. Yeah. Because I think he's a bit like a Yaya Toure. You won't put him in the midfield on his own because he'll get run through. Reinders.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Wait. Let me put some respect on Yaya's name.
Yeah.
Yaya was way more physical in the midfield.
Yeah, he needed Fernandinho though. Well, Fernandinho did his grafting for him, and it worked well.
Yaya was strong on the ball.
But if you play Anderson and Tonali, you will suffer in creativity. Why would we play with Foden and Cherka?
Yeah.
I don't get. See, this is the part. I mean, you're losing me here in this crate. You're still playing pep ball.
I just think Tonali brings a bit more insurance and steel in the midfield because for like the last 3 years, we have been complaining about the Unks. We have been complaining about the midfielders being soft. Even Kevin De Bruyne said it. And people are saying we're hit on transition. People are running through our midfield. Now we're getting Elliot Anderson and Tonali, who has shown in the Premier League that they have a bit more physicality to their game. Now people are worried about the price. So it's like, what do we do? What direction do we go?
Not enough creativity. No, hang on. What? Not enough creativity. Ryan Cherky, Phil Foden, Jeremy Doku, Semenyo. What are you on about?
Wait. Did you see the pass today from Anderson from midfield to Bellingham?
Well, what are we doing here? No, the trouble is, Mario, I hear what you're saying, but you just said go and get Buardi, go and get Mazza. So you want us to fail on the rules of the Premier League is what you want. Because we can't keep going. You want us just to buy foreign players, Mario. You said that before. You just want us to go and buy foreign players, and you're not allowed a squad of 25 foreign players, man. You're not allowed it.
Martin,
and again, I disagree on the Nico J. I'm with Pep. The guy can't pass forward at all.
But do you?
But what about Tonali? Nico G doesn't do it. He plays 5 yards sideways passes.
But Martin, do you think there's room for Nico G to improve? That's my question to Trev before when you left. With his age, and do you think, from what you've seen so far, do you think there is room for him to evolve and elevate?
To be who's number one? Who's he taking over?
Yeah, I got to take a call, guys. I'll be back.
No,
at the end of the day,
that's a very good question.
If he plays a double pivot, we're going to need 4 players to play them positions. You know, we get Tonali, we get Anderson, we've got Rodri. Who's the other one?
I was thinking.
This is my question.
O'Reilly.
The way he did the double pivot at Chelsea was he inverted a fullback.
Yeah, but he still had what's his name? The Argentinian guy, I can't think of his name. And
Enzo and
yeah, and Finger. And Enzo would be allowed to box crash, basically. And then the other guy would fill in. Yeah.
Olavia.
So you got one that's all energy or box crash. Would be a bit. Anderson can do a bit of everything. That's why he's under the 25 million.
He's complete. He was really good tonight.
But I'm not going to go into this, mate, every time because I don't understand. But why would I criticize Nico G's passing? I think Tonali's a better player than Nico G. That's my opinion.
That's unquestionable. That's unquestionable. No,
and also,
stop doing
Tonali is by far
He's
more
better. Tonali's better than Nico G.
And stronger player than Nico G.
That's not
I'm going to say this, Pay. Nico G was a backup. I'm sorry. I'm not even meaning that he was a squad rotational player. People think Nico G's been here for 6 months. He's been here for 18 months. Not a year, 18 months. Why is everyone willing to give Nico G another go, but get Savio out? This is what I mean. People are not keeping up with what they're doing. I get it. I'm not saying Nico G's not. I'd quite happily keep Nico G, but Nico G would have to be happy with a bench role as a rotational.
I would keep him if he's.
I don't. This is my other thing, Pay. How is that your concern? You're not a City fan, mate. You might want to enjoy it and you watch it, but it shouldn't concern you. You're not a City fan. Big, mate, I love listening to you. It's great. But you're not a City fan. Why would it concern you? I know you're intrigued of how we play. I'm intrigued how Real Madrid play, but nothing concerns me at Real Madrid because I don't have any attack. To have concern, you've got to have an emotional attachment into it. You shouldn't have any concern. It's like me having concern on Man United. I don't care. I watch them, but I don't have any concerns on them. But I love it, mate. We're converting you into a City fan. I like it, Pay. That's what we're doing. We're converting you into a City fan. I like it, Pay. You bang on, mate. Come on. We'll get you that City shirt. What about Kovacic? Is anyone not keeping Kovacic?
I like Kovacic. I think he's a great player. He was brilliant today when he came on for Croatia, I thought.
It depends on the role that he's comfortable with.
He'd have to be happy with a backup bench player.
Correct.
Like
Correct.
3rd, 4th, 5th option.
Mm-hmm.
The end of the day, we're going to have to say this, but listen, you play for Man City, there's a chance you're going to sit on the bench at some point because we play 60-odd games a season. We're competing in every trophy, and you need to rotate and rest. That's it.
Yeah.
Here we go. Right, we're getting the facts now. Andre, MCFC bro facts, English hype job Anderson. Right. This is where we go back to. If Elliot Anderson was called Elliot Andersinio and he was from PSG or Real Madrid, people would love him. He's English and he's from Notts Forest. It's boring to some people. I don't give a shit if you find it boring.
Martin, these are the same fans that said Declan Rice was shit, and now everybody wants him in the midfield.
Yeah.
I would take Anderson over Declan Rice. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion, but I think Declan Rice is very
20
limited.
trophies, Andre.
I would take Anderson over Rice now.
I've said this before. There is an English little bias going on. There is an English bias against English. I don't know why. Should I say? I mean, you go on Twitter tonight, you should see it. Having a go at the English fans, like, kicks off. We're allowed to celebrate when we win a World Cup. Why you celebrate when your country wins? That's all it's about. People are getting all bloody see on where people come from. Does it matter? Unfortunately, we have a homegrown rule. Martin, this inverting stuff is irrelevant if it doesn't suit City players. Then you buy the players that suit the system play. I don't. That's been the biggest. Would you guys say that's been one of our biggest criticisms to the board in the last 2 years? That the players we bought don't fit the system of play.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I think they just bought them cheaper than they needed to be because they were available at the time.
Market opportunity.
Yeah. Prospects, as you say.
One of them, his assistant coach is going to be Willie Caballero.
Big Willie.
Willie Caballero, and I don't know who the other guy will be. There is a negotiation going on with Chelsea. They want around 15 to 20 million.
Wow.
Damn.
Ed, I need to ask you this. Doku, 2031. How do you feel?
Oh, man.
Build him a statue.
Me, I'm not going that far. But no, I think he's. I mean, like you guys know, I rate Doku highly. I think what he brings to the squad is unique. I think.
Is that your dog, Ed?
Your dog going crazy.
Yeah, he wants to go outside.
Put the dog in the back room. What are you doing here?
Hey, Martin, we have regulations like that for America. We can't just do that.
Oh, well, apparently you can't swear in a stadium in America. It's off. This game about.
You can carry an AK-47.
Doku has showed his quality for us. And I think, Doku's going to have another. Hopefully, Maresca can bring more out of this Doku that we've seen this past season.
Yeah, listen, I think Doku's contract is well worth it. I think it's long overdue. He's deserved it, and I think he deserves it as well. And I think he's going to get a nice pay rise. Gavardio's agreed his deal. Foden's agreed his deal. And I think he's good. The only one who hasn't agreed his deal is Rodri. And that's the one that hurts me at the moment.
At the end of the day, Maresca likes his touchline wingers who are pacey, quick, tricky wingers. So he'll use them. So Doku will be brilliant for Maresca, I think.
Yeah. News on Anderson, it will get done. They're still talking, it will get done. It will 100% get done, Anderson. They're not.
I read somewhere that he's waiting for July so he can have the money go on to next year's.
People are coming out with conspiracies at the moment.
Yeah.
coming out with conspiracy theories. You know what they do when things take a long time? People start coming up with conspiracy theories everywhere. And you got to remember, if it's going to be a record deal, it takes time. The trouble is, the reason City are looking at Tonali now is because what's basically happened is they know Spurs are interested. That is genuinely real. That's 100% real. And they need to get, if they want him, they're going to have to shift somebody on and get him in soon. There isn't, the thing is, me and Tom were talking about this earlier. There isn't any other names coming out other than Tonali. The only name you've heard for 5 or 6 weeks is Tonali and Anderson. They're the only two.
And the guy from Bournemouth, what's his name? I can't think of it.
No, we've not been linked with him. Oh, Krupa. Krupa's the only other one.
No, the midfielder, what's his name? I can't think of his name.
We've not even on the list, not even looking at him. Big up, mate. I hope you're well, Pat.
Martin, do you know why we're not looking
Turkey
at
pay rise? What? Go on, Kyle.
I was about to ask, because I live in Germany, so I watch a lot of Bundesliga football. I'm just pretty surprised that we haven't looked at Felix Lemaitre, because he's homegrown, academy trained, and he has developed in the last 2 years to be a very good all-action midfielder.
No interest. That was wrong. Someone just the amount of people who've been linked with is mad. There is an interest. They have looked at Mazza, but Mazza, I think, is the backup option to Tonali.
But they're different profiles,
because they're completely different
profiles.
See him more as a 10.
They're not even the same. So I don't know.
If we're getting the midfielder from Germany, it should be Goretzka, without a doubt.
Andre,
Our fan base will call him an uncle.
Andre, this is the point we're trying to say. We're not the same Manchester City anymore, mate. The players we had 5-6 years ago are not on the market for reasonable money anymore. You're not going to buy a KDB for 57. You're not going to buy, a Rodri for 65 million. It is what it is. I personally would sell Doku. Wow.
What?
No.
That's a rich bait.
He's been on the Bears, hasn't he?
Listen, you could have people aren't going to agree with everything, and that's the thing. Can't City go to tribunal? Yes, it will do eventually, but it will get sorted out.
Martin, do you know if Trafford has any connections to the Tonali deal?
No.
But Newcastle do want him, though, don't they, I think?
Yes, Trafford. The trouble is with Newcastle, they take a long time on deals. Their chief exec, I was speaking with Baz about this up at Newcastle, their chief exec takes a long time sorting deals out. So you've seen today, Liverpool have gone in and got that deal done for the winger in about 5 hours. Newcastle have been dilly-dallying with it for about 3 weeks. Because what it is with Newcastle don't have the money. They wanted the money all up front. Newcastle didn't have the money to pay all up front.
Do you think that's why they would like to get Tonali out of the door as soon as possible to get more funds available?
The fans don't want to sell Tonali. Newcastle might, I don't know. The trouble is with Newcastle, they've now started the season in the way that they've started the window in the way they started the window last season. They went for Ekiteke. They went for who else did they go for?
João Pedro.
João Pedro.
Tesco.
They're wingers, right?
Yeah.
Fuck.
And the trouble is they got gazumped by everyone.
So what market do Newcastle shop in? Because this winger, he wasn't part of an elite club. Like, he's at which club did he come from? Espanyol or?
The trouble is, Osasuna, Real Madrid actually had a buyback and part ownership. I don't know how it worked. They had some buyback and sell on, and there was Newcastle didn't want to do wanted to get rid of the Real Madrid part, but they wouldn't pay for it.
Martin, as well. Do you know what's happening with Jack Grealish to Everton? Is that happening? Because I thought that was a must-buy thing situation.
Everton want him on loan. So you're saying no?
No, he's going to be potentially there in our squad, isn't he? Then? Unless somebody buys him.
Atletico Madrid are interested in Reinders. AC Milan are interested in Reinders. Well, they were before. I don't know. Now he's in. Now Amarim's in. Nico G, Atletico Madrid, Porto, Juventus, Tottenham, and there was another club. Nico G has got interest.
That's not bad.
At what price, Martin? Do you have an idea?
No idea on price. City, the only winger we've heard about is Diamandi, but they won't pay the price they want. Because Spurs, I keep hearing Spurs are close to Sabio. They're not. They've not even bidded. We are exactly where we were 12 months ago on Sabio.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're hearing... Would anybody be bothered if they kept Sabio?
You're hearing the exact same thing on Sabio that you heard 12 months ago, but £10 million less. Which tells me Spurs don't want to pay 60.
Yeah. I would take 50 and let him go. Like, I'm mentally done with him. Like, I know people are saying there's a player there, but I'm a firm believer that if someone wants to leave, just let them leave. Especially, this is his second season. He's flirting. He wants to go. I think we should just cut our losses, to be honest. And I'm also okay with promoting Makedo. I also saw that Khaldoon seems to be very excited about Makedo. If the ripen market is not offering us value.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know if we are still linked with Ndai from Everton, Martin? Or
it is someone of interest as well. But again, the trouble is the players that they're after, these are the set players. 2 midfielders, a right back, a backup goalie, and a winger is what they'd like. 1 midfielder and the right back and the winger. Sorry, the 1 midfielder and the right back can happen now. The others have to have outgoings first. Our squad is too big right now. We need to get some sales going so we can make room. Now, the club may gamble. If they think of players they can't afford to wait and they may lose out on their number one target or one of their number one targets. Because it's like, do you remember the other day they said City had agreed all personal details with, was it Palestra? They haven't. Yeah. There is no deals agreed. He wants to stay in Italy is his preference.
Mm.
He's not agreed anything with City.
Who was saying that had happened?
Oh, it was everywhere. Palestra had agreed.
Italian media.
But the personal terms with City.
Interesting.
He hadn't.
And did Javiro read? Do you know if there's any still links? Because I found that to be very
concerned on injury.
Another Tino Livramento.
Yeah, Livermento's off. That's
yeah. Reed had a couple hamstring injury issues this year as well.
So it's not a one-off injury. It's like a pattern.
But again, Krupi's about 80 million quid.
Yeah.
Has anyone mentioned the Moroccan lad yet? I'll be amazed if they haven't.
Yeah, who was it? I think Real Mario mentioned he wanted Bouhaddi earlier.
We're not even linked with him.
I know.
Yeah. We've not even been linked with him, but everyone's buying him.
One of the ITKs will start linking us with him then because they want those clicks.
I'm waiting
guys, I
for
gotta
the
jump.
I might
Rodrigo
do
link.
it. I might do it. I just might make shit.
There was
up.
people actually believing the Vinny Jr. links last week. You know when we got linked with Vinny Jr. and everyone was
Mate,
going, "Yeah, let's go get Vinny Jr."
I started putting out passive attribution posts about getting Vinny Jr. just for a laugh last year, and people were swallowing it before the season started. And I was just using all the passive attribution. It is believed, blah blah blah. Players close to people close to the player have not denied Man City's interest, which means fuck all. You can just make that shit up, you know. But people were swallowing it, and I was like, "Stop it! I didn't mean it. I was taking the piss," you know.
Thanks for having me on, Martin. I gotta jump.
Yeah, no, anytime, Carl, mate. Cheers.
Kyle. Good
Take
point,
care,
man.
mate.
Thanks. Yeah.
By the way, just say on Twitter today, I know Treb's noticed it because he's liked a couple of them. I've started posting out some different season reviews videos that you can find on YouTube. One of them was of our Sven-Goran Eriksson season, and one was of our Kevin Keegan season. And I'm trying to go through, and I'm also trying to. I've got them all on VHS. I know I'm an unk. Someone asking what's a VHS Betamax. Dylan sat there. What the frig's a Betamax? What a VHS. I don't know what VHS is. You know, little tape. You had music on. You get a little pencil in and start rewinding it that way manually.
And you know,
and if it broke, you have to splice it all back together.
In Patong in Phuket, there was a bar, and they called themselves the Rock Hard Cafe. Hard Rock Cafe, and used that logo because they wanted to be sued by the Hard Rock Cafe for the publicity. And it was a little hole in the wall bar, and all they had was cassettes, but they had thousands of them. And the guy could find you a track just using a pencil. Like you could request a track off an album, and he would spin the pencil around and put the cassette in and press play, and it would be the track. It was magical. Wow. It was worth going just for that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Jesus the Lord, I love your name. But don't come in here with your anti-religious stuff, mate. We don't do it.
Yeah.
We accept all religions here, mate, and all races. What sort of Man City manager because of Pep Guardiola and Bastien? I learned a lot of these matches. I also know a lot about Man City because of the manager. Yeah. So, I was asking people that today, and. By the way, does anyone want to come on the Blues Brothers? Anyone want to be interviewed for that? Oh, you'd love it.
So the premise.
We'll get you on.
See how Martin.
When was your first game? When was your first game? Well, in 2010, I became a City fan. Why? We were winning some shiny pots.
The thing is, though, I think this could be really healthy for the fan base.
Remember, I'm way younger than you, Martin. Okay, I'm way younger than you, so you know.
Look, the thing I like about this is that that there's a difference. People from Greater Manchester don't choose Man City. We don't. We're born into City or United families. You might say, "Oh, I didn't. I was born into." Yeah, there would be about 50 of you, but in terms of the whole fan bases of red or blue. You're born into a family and you support that team and you have no choice and you can't change because there'd be social shaming involved in it. Fans from abroad have a different journey, a different path, and I find it fascinating and I love to hear it because do you know what? They chose us. We never chose City. We were given Man City. We were blessed to be born into a City family, or cursed if you're Martin's age or my age, where we won nothing for or our kids' age. Our kid's 10 years younger than me. He never even saw us in 1981 at Wembley.
I didn't. I missed our bloody last cup final by 1 year, bastards.
Right. And so
my dad was there. My dad saw Ricky Beer and all the ideas.
Our kid's City journey was nothing but pain, and he's been a season ticket holder all the way through it. Right, I cursed him with that because my mum didn't give a shit about football and we have no dad. So I just made him a City fan. Like, you're a blue, and took him to a game, and so our journey isn't that interesting because most of us, if you ask City fans from Greater Manchester, how did you support City? It'd be my dad. You know, that's the end of story. It's not interesting. Fans from abroad have brilliant stories. And they chose us. And some of them chose us when the glory came, but some of them chose us before the glory came.
Always welcome,
Some of us some of them chose us because of one player, which is like in America, celebrity culture is very powerful. So we're recruiting thousands, tens of thousands of Americans because of Haaland's celebrity pull. And that's fine. They're all welcome. I love it. And I like hearing the stories. So that's what Blues Brothers is about, right, Martin? Is finding people's stories coming into the club. Because I think there's a misunderstanding and some tension sometimes between non-Mancunian fans and fans from abroad. And I think if we understood each other better and understood the differences in how people choose teams and why they choose teams, it might get a little bit healthier and a little bit better, because it can get a bit toxic sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I think we were lucky because we had Oasis in the 90s, didn't we? And they were cool, so a lot of people picked Man City for that.
Yeah, exactly. And I love that. I don't care how you came, as long as you stay.
Yeah, I don't care if you became a fan last week.
Yeah.
For me, you know, a person's journey has to start somewhere. It's began in Istanbul when the Champions League trophy got lifted.
Oh,
and he loved it. Ariano, good evening, mate. How are you?
Back to the original program, right? Because I know it's getting late. You know, when old people get late, they just start talking nonsense. Right?
Wait a minute. It's 7:34 a.m. here, mate.
It's early for you, Trav.
And I got up for the England game, so I've been up since 2:30.
So, like I was saying, I think the midfield we all know is the biggest issue. I think that's why they're trying to address it first. I think after they get some of this done in the midfield, that's when we'll see probably links and some outgoings happen to other parts of the squad. I think they're trying to do this section by section at the moment, and that's why we haven't seen a lot of links to other parts of the squad.
The same guys, I'm watching this Ghana Panama game, and England are not going to have any problems with any of these, I tell you.
What scores it?
0-0. It's just
full game.
Bad.
I'm just looking at the. I'm trying to look at the Newcastle.
Yeah, we got a good answer here from Dash.
Oh, yo, Martin, we got to talk to Baz. We were just talking about the big boys coming in.
Dash, you've got to get on the Blues Brothers and tell this story. My cousin's granddad wanted to win a family war of who I should support.
Yeah, why Darsh? He should be on the next Blue Brothers. What are we doing here?
So he carted me off to the Etihad to watch us beat Wolves 4-3. Get in.
You know, ITK talking to ITK. What are we doing here?
Yeah. This is where they come for the real ITK head.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And the KFA from me. Those fuck up. We got both kinds here. We got ITKs and KFAs.
Oh, yeah. They're not upper. Newcastle. Oh, they're not upper.
Yeah, you saw what True Jordy said? You saw what True Jordy said?
No, they're not upper.
What of them?
What are they not happy about? Sorry, I missed the chat.
They got
the Victor Muniz, who was done to Newcastle.
Right.
He's gone to Liverpool tonight.
Yeah. You know when Bass said, oh, we're going to get that player. We're going to get across the line.
Of all the clubs he could have gone to, it's like, which one's going to piss Newcastle off more?
Especially after the Isaac shit. Isaac right.
Do you want to go to the home of the Beatles or the home of Jimmy Nail?
Don't go there.
Crocodile shoes. A crocodile shoes. That's Jimmy Nail.
Gus, I'll say this, like John, keep a very because the Porro, they were interested in Porro, but he signed a deal. Gusto is on the list, but I don't know if that. Here's a question: What's good? What do you guys think of this Maresca stuff? And don't come out with who said it's Maresca. I know someone is going to come out with. Well, it's not been confirmed. It's Maresca. What do you think the holdup is? Are we just? Is it just? Are we just?
I think it go to a tribunal. Like that's why they'll end up going. They can't agree compensation. They'll go to a tribunal, independent tribunal.
Is he not getting a bit long in the wind though? This it's nearly a month.
Working. I think he's working, Martin. I don't think he's sat at home.
No. Yeah. I know that. I know he's working. Yeah.
He's working, but he's not working. If you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's not like.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think City want to pay that much.
I
don't think City want to pay that much, and I think it'll go to a tribunal.
And Stefan Borson said we shouldn't have to anyway.
But someone has to give at some point, though, Trav.
I
If
think
it's
we're
not
being
done
nice.
in another 2 weeks,
I think we're being nice to them and saying we'll give you summer, and they're trying to pull our pants down and being litigious.
Yeah, I think we're just refusing to pay what they
Chelsea
want.
already needed cash, and they're trying.
House captain, are you coming on?
Something like 15 million, isn't it? They want for him, or something like that, isn't it?
DC's not answered me, you know, Magnus. She ignored me, Magnus. I said, DC, come on.
Get on, Magnus. Come on, mate.
Magnus, why aren't you coming on?
Talk about music.
That's a bit harsh, Kyle. Need to shop in the championship. Right. Is there anyone else want to talk about anything? Like I said, this is your show. I don't anything. What do you want to anything you want? You've seen, heard, got a question on?
You're very lovely. Sorry, talking to
me.
dog.
When I chuck the question the other way, you're all stuck. You're all stumped.
Is I know. What do you guys thought about the World Cup? I know. Have you guys watched any other games besides?
Right, good night. Thanks for watching. Please hit the likes and subscribe. No, carry on.
England, Croatia was good.
I think the best team so far has been the USA. The way they played.
No,
very good.
Everybody's saying they were great. I missed it.
We played Paraguay, mate. We played Paraguay.
No, what I'm saying is played well. Obviously, when they play somebody better, we'll see again. But they did the high press, they're aggressive. They play well.
It's coming home.
I won't go that far.
Yeah, I won't go that far.
I'm gonna say it. I was impressed with England that second half. Really impressed.
No, when I saw France turn that gear, it was they're gonna go far. We all know France.
And Portugal were appalling. No pace up front.
Well, we know why that is.
We covered it. Luke and I covered it on our Blue Tinted World Cup preview, which if you haven't seen, you should. And Luke's theory is that Ronaldo could cost them the World Cup because their reliance on him and his determination to make it all about him. And I think I saw that in the game. I think there's a reasonable argument that he could cost them a World Cup because they're not shit.
Yeah, the midfield's great, but he just said no pace. And Bernardo, we know Bernardo don't create much, so he should be in midfield, really. But he's too good.
Portugal really, really unimpressed me.
Yeah.
Oh, Portugal were piss poor.
Mm-hmm.
And who didn't win a header for that cross, Martin? Let me stop. I'm playing.
You know what? We're not going to talk about Ronaldo. By the way, that Messi-Ronaldo debate is over.
Yeah,
Messi
by a long way.
Messi is the goal.
Because Rory Jennings put a $5,000 on that Ronaldo won't score one goal in the World Cup.
What were the odds?
I had a bet with Piers Morgan, didn't they, partner? The money go to charity.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh my God, what was it? Wanker to wanker bet.
Yeah, he said it's similar to his prediction about Haaland in his first season. Really, said he wouldn't score one goal in the World Cup. But if he plays like he did today, he might win it.
Yeah, here we go. Diaz missed the header. Look at him. He's on the phone now, pretending to be
on the bench.
Comes in, he throws a little grenade in, and then gets on the phone. Little bastard. What's he doing here?
Who's that?
Ed there.
Oh right.
There's no 2 minutes. Okay, you're gonna be 2 minutes or 2 inches. Yeah, after I've eaten. Bro, stop eating and get on, Magnus. Magnus is upset because he went to Philadelphia and had to spend.
Get on, Magnus.
He had to spend money. Martin, Chelsea blundered by telling the media to sack Maresca. Maresca's people also blundered by telling everyone they'd had a meeting with Sarah.
His people do seem a bit loose-lipped.
Yeah.
You know, that worried me during the whole Pep saga, is how much...
I imagine it'll be for the backroom staff as well, not just for Maresca, won't it? Because they all went at the same time, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they'll argue that, well, we permitted that we were third when he was there, and then we've not got Champions League football now.
Well, they should have treated him better.
Hang on, you bastard. Ruben Diaz didn't even get on the pitch. So
yeah,
you blaming him?
Bench.
Ed, you just right. That's just proven. Ed's just come in with an absolute conspiracy theory to try and wind it all up. Diaz didn't even get on the pitch, you bastard.
Yeah, there was a report where he said he was like
Take the L on that, son.
Yeah.
Is he injured?
No, he was unfit for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe something happened.
He's been unfit for a while. He is. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Kafunas, bro, didn't play. Or
No. I mean, luckily enough, he is stepping down because what's he called? Martinez is stepping down from the Portugal role.
Great point from Ray there. I mean, it's actually a better question than it is a statement. Could Messi still cut it in Europe?
No.
Who knows, man?
Well, he's just scored a hat-trick in a World Cup game. A competitive one at that.
I'm still got it, man.
Tell me in the chat. Can Messi still...
Where does anybody allow on that Ronaldo Messi situation? Who's the best?
He struggled at PSG.
Wait a minute. Diaz was injured? Shocker.
No, when he was on the bench. What do you do? Why are you spreading hate, eh?
No, that's what Dar said. Dar said Diaz was injured.
Why are you spreading hate?
Dash is on one tonight, mate.
You just said that a minute ago, Ed. Who was the guy who missed the header?
Yeah, I didn't watch the game.
Where's Ariano gone? He was here a minute ago. No, I think Messi would do all right for a few games, Trevor. I think when it got into the 38 game.
You do all right playing for Celtic.
The Scottish League, I think you'd have a good go at.
Get the fuck out of it.
What's it?
It'd be a bit cold, good in there.
They beat him up like he owed them money.
They're all saying,
where are you going, big man or little man? Take that with you.
Yeah.
Jesus. Can you imagine his face
Kicking
after
a ball
playing half a game in Scotland? So I'm not doing that again.
right, I'm going to ask you lot this because we're going to do debating it tomorrow. We're doing it in teams. So Trev needs to tell me what team and Ed needs to tell me what team he's on.
What do you mean?
Are you Kevin De Bruyne or David Silva?
No.
Kevin De Bruyne.
No, we're here to ask the tough questions, Trev. Come on.
No, I'm not going to split my baby.
You got to.
You're asking me to split a baby. I'm not going to. I love them both. Is the correct answer. I'll moderate it. I'll moderate it if you like.
It's El Mago.
For the magic.
David Silva was the original El Mago. He was the original Merlin.
Yeah, but Kev for the heart and the love and the everything that he brought.
David Silva had all that.
But Kev's backstory, it's a redemption arc. You know, rejected by his parents, you know, treated pretty badly growing up, went to Chelsea, got slagged off, got idiots slagging him off when he signed for City, saying how shit he'd be and he wouldn't score and all that.
And Courtois pinched his girlfriend.
Yeah. But then David Silva made things beautiful and just more beautiful than I've ever seen anybody do. He made football look effortless, and he created important moments and goals. But so did Kev. How can you split those two? You know. Ask me to compare Edison and Clownio. Bravo, I'm in. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, I love both, but for me, David Silva could get that. I'm going to be straight with you. Kevin De Bruyne was magnificent at what he did. If you needed someone to knock 20 and 30-yard balls on a sixpence, KDB all day. Surround KDB with 5 players. I'm not sure he gets out of it straight away.
One of his greatest goals was against Arsenal, where exactly that happened, and he took the piss out of all of them.
David Silva had 4 Wigan players all around him trying to hug him. Who was the most? We used to say with David Silva will be the first yellow. Will be the opponent who draws the first yellow card. And his story with his son. And Mateo, what he went through and everything else was just...
Put 5 Arsenal defenders on their arse to score a similar goal.
Right.
The goal you're talking about is my favourite David Silva goal, by the way. Right.
Would David Silva put 5 Wigan players on his arse and throw it to Aguero? Yeah.
But the Kevin De Bruyne goal against Arsenal, he just sat them all down. Just took the
I've got to see. Not only that, David Silva did it on the big stage for Spain.
He had a lot of great players around him. I'm just not comfortable arguing.
Listen, there's a statue of El Mago. Have some respect for El Mago.
There will be.
It was just 2 1-footed, though, wasn't it, don't you think?
There's going to be a statue for
It's 2 1-footed.
Yeah, he was left-footed. Everything was left-footed, wasn't it?
Did you see the pass at the swamp when he played Edin Dzeko through? He followed it up.
With his left foot, yeah.
That was class.
Nah, for me. David Silva, greatest ever player I've ever witnessed at the Etihad. Greatest ever.
Yeah.
And I think he was the most underrated. I think he's the most underrated Premier League midfielder ever. David Silva.
On that, you're absolutely spot on. They never won a treble.
Nah, bro.
Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne never won a World Cup. So.
Nah. Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne never won a World Cup, Trev. Never won a Euros. Never scored in a final.
Trev just...
Silva for me, but KDB got a goal. So I would agree with that. KDB 1, David Silva 2. Name one good David Silva Champions League performance.
Kyle,
are you taking a piss?
No, come in.
Barcelona. What are we doing there?
See that man there? Just gonna come here, Kyle. Kyle.
What man?
Who's got camera shy? I was just going to tell Kyle all about you. But how mean you're being about Kevin De Bruyne. You're a Kevin De Bruyne hater. Because Kyle loves Kevin De Bruyne. He's his favourite player.
Here's one for you. Who was the only player who had the freedom to do whatever he wanted?
Turkey.
No, David. Big Dylan.
Who's the one that taught that to Pep?
Right? Who's the one who was allowed to? Everyone else, including KDB, was banned on taking the ball on the half turn, including KDB. David Silva.
I just disagree with Martin on everything.
I know you wasn't a fan when David Silva was around then. We've already established that.
Yeah, I know. I just disagree with Martin's football takes, you know.
David Silva could do whatever he wanted. And even Kyle Walker said that to Rio Ferdinand. He went, he was the player who could do whatever he wanted. He went, David.
Whatever he wanted, he could get. Did everything but win us a UCL.
Yeah, because he never got it with the out in nightclubs, so did he? That's why.
But hang on a minute. 93-20 moment. Does that happen without David Silva's corner?
Doesn't happen without Mario Balotelli. What's your point?
Are you comparing David Silva to fucking?
No, I'm just taking that particular argument apart.
Okay, then. You went about KDB. Show me KDB's World Cup. Show me KDB's
I don't
Euro.
give a shit about a World Cup. I'm a City fan.
Oh, but
about a World Cup. I'm sorry, but I don't. I don't care about World Cups that much.
When KDB gets to a final, he goes on milk cartons.
Wow.
This is slander. Stop it. Stop it now. Because
he had a good injury record, though, didn't he, David Silva? But he had got injured.
Yourself to be negative about someone you love as much as I do. So
no, I love them both, but David Silva is my goal.
I don't want to watch your sadomasochism experiment here.
Listen, I made Alan do this over Mancini. I made him squirm for 2 hours about Mancini, and he loves Mancini.
But I found out yesterday that Alan was the guy who christened Rodri Plodri, so I'll never talk to him again. Because that's the nonsense, and he's got blood on his hands.
Has David Silva ever changed to Oh, behave, come on.
If you had a choice, right, of prime Rodri or prime Fernandinho, which one would you go for?
Prime Rodri is a good shout.
This is the guy that doesn't watch the World Cup. Yeah, this one. I watched other ones, Brad. King Kusher got a pocket Luis Diaz.
Okay. What we said about Kushner, what Luke said about him, because we were doing the preview of Uzbekistan's games, and Kusher's got the opportunity to put Ronaldo out of a game, to keep him out of a game. Instant statue if he does that, because Kusa keeping Ronaldo out of a game would just be a cherry on the top of a beautiful cake, and he could do it. He could do it. He could definitely do it. He's got the ability, and Ronaldo ain't all that, So there's something to watch that game for. Uzbekistan, Portugal.
When's that game?
Oh, I don't know. Do you want me to pull up the...
I got to drop. Have a good one.
Uzbekistan, Colombia, right? Today.
That's today. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so late.
You're on mute, Martin. You're on mute.
So I'm reading comments here. I'm on Prime. How's Captain when you're joining? Come on, you got the link. De Bruyne himself said he had Silva. He had Silva as an inspiration to him as a footballer when he was younger. There you go. He modelled his game on El Mago. No, but Chubby's right. They are both magnificent. He gets a statue with just the Carabao Cup. Who's that? Who do you mean? Who do you mean by that, Mario?
Is that for Kusa?
You on about. Oh, KDB's warming up the premise. Scared. Did David Silva make Klopp say when came on the pitch the world shakes? Did you ever watch David Silva, Cade? You ever watched David Silva, Cade?
Okay, Mr. Linux wants to know, is there any latest news on transfers? No. It's as it was an hour ago or the last time.
We've just done that one.
Yeah.
We've just done that one. I'm afraid. I'm just trying to think where we're at now.
Someone made a decent argument. I can't remember it, but someone made a decent argument why the announcement would come today about Anderson. But I think it made sense. But I don't know whether I believed it or not, and I'm not going to look it up. If you want to, someone on Twitter did it.
Well, like I said, I heard that Nottingham Forest want the money to go on to next year's books. Yeah. That's why they're waiting for July before they make it official.
Yeah, but the financial thing can happen then.
Ogano scored.
Hey.
94th minute.
Semenyo or somebody else?
No, Semenyo set it up though.
Yeah, Semenyo assist, get in.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, it's been chalked off. The BBC ain't got it on yet. 90+5.
It's on ITV.
Right.
Yeah, the Panama was
offside. It was offside. Semenyo took.
No, he's onside. Yeah, he was on when he played that. Yeah, I think that's gonna.
What the hell?
Yeah, Semenyo passed him. Yeah, goal. I think.
Come on, lad.
BBC saying it was offside. When was that? 1:53, 3 minutes ago. So if they scored since then it's a different goal.
Yeah, they just scored 94th minute, won it.
There you go.
Yeah, he's
you're in Kie, 90+5. Oh, we got to sign him now then. That's how it works.
Oh dear. Have my boy on 8%. Ghana 1-0. Oh dear. Oh dear. Mario.
Caleb Urinki.
What do we know about the new manager's team? Who's he bringing in? Are they any good? What's their track record? Does anyone got any expertise in that?
Who's that?
Huh?
The Chelsea players?
No, it'll be Big Willie, won't it? We know that.
Big Willie.
No, his team, like his his fitness guys.
Backroom staff.
Yeah, who's he bringing in? You know?
Let me have a look who we had at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Who we had at Maresca's backroom staff. Yes, you got a couple of... Right, Enzo Maresca's backroom staff at Chelsea at the time was... He had Willie Caballero, assistant, Dan Walker coach, Roberto Vitilio was a coach. His goalkeeping coach was Michel de Bernardin. Marcus Alvarez, fitness coach. Javier Molina is the analyst. Ben Roberts, head of global goalkeeping. Carlo Cudicini was the lone technical coach, but that might be different now.
Have we got has he got a set piece coach? I know we just extended our one, the one we wanted to leave.
Yeah, and we've still got Richard Wright there as well, haven't we?
Yeah, we've still got James French.
Has he got one that he's bringing in, on the sly? Because we need one.
No.
We need a set piece coach.
Leicester, he brought in his own backroom staff. I'm just going to see if any of them have got the same names than what he had. Maresca quits. Coaches quit the club as Maresca brings in. This was at Leicester. So he brought in... And why have I got to pay for it, you bastards? I'm not paying for the Leicester Mercury. Big sort.
They'll probably be owned by Clear Media.
I'm not paying for the Leicester Mercury. See, this is Christmas. Right, hang on. I'm going to find it. Right. Yeah, it was exactly the same at Leicester then, yeah. Maresca's backroom team announced at Leicester. Which was 4 new additions. Danny Walker, same one he had at Chelsea. Michel de Benedini, which is the goalkeeping coach. Marcos Alvarez and Caballero. Yeah, the same people he had at Leicester are the same people he had at Chelsea.
Okay.
So that will be generally the same people he had at Sarah.
Because most of Pep's guys went as well, didn't they?
They've all gone, yes. And the fitness and the goalkeeping coach who was there before, he was Pellegrini's goalkeeping coach, which was Xavier. He's gone as well.
Okay.
Is Richard Wright still there? Sorry.
Pardon?
Richard Wright, is he still there?
Yes, Richard Wright is still there. Everyone else is gone. James French only one. Linders went. Colo went. Everyone's gone. They did offer Colo and Linders a new contract.
I get why Linders didn't stay, but I thought Colo Torre would have done.
Yeah, but they offered it to him and he chose to go. So
he's here. They're bloody last.
Because Yaya's just got a job, hasn't he? Yaya's just got his first manager job.
Turn the telly down, Magnus. Yes, and the goalkeeping coach who was there before. He's listening to me. He was Pellegrini's goalkeeping coach, which was Xavier.
I hope Yaya has a player come to me and said, I want to leave unless I get a birthday cake. Richard Wright, is he still there?
Yes, Richard Wright still there.
Are we stuck in a time warp, or has Magnus not turned his telly off?
I said to Magnus, where are you? Oh, dear. Yeah, so his backroom staff are exactly the same backroom staff. Why are people still sending me this shit? Vote for me in a podcast. No, fuck off.
They're trying to hack your account.
Yeah,
I know they are.
It happened to Cade. His account got hacked.
Did Cade fall for it?
Yeah.
Do you want to send you a link to the cam girls or something?
Oh, right. I didn't know that. Steady on.
Don't click on those links. So
How much did he charge?
I have no idea.
If I knew, I'd tell you.
Do not buy a player because he performs at the World Cup. All right then. Is there anyone at the World Cup that stood out where you go, no, you know what, buy him? Who's going to be the guy at the World Cup? But what you've seen so far, that you think someone's going to buy and he's going to be fucking shit. Who is the next James Rodriguez?
We don't know. I mean, Buadi does look pretty tasty, even though I'm reluctant to go along with the youths, the Ute, who are going mad about him and saying we definitely should sign him for 20p or something. You know, so I'm typically skeptical, but he looked pretty good. So I couldn't say someone will buy him and he'll be bobbins, because he probably won't be. But there will be some. Is there any yet? Come on, chap. Help us out here.
Giovanni Reina is a good player. He was supposed to be a potentially good player, but he fell away a bit, didn't he? But was he at Dortmund, I think?
Yeah. I think I know what you mean.
Yeah, he was one of the top young players in Europe at the time, and then something happened. He just fell away. But he played well for the USA the other day.
How many American players have actually made it in England?
Christian Pulisic.
Richards at Crystal Palace.
Yeah. That left back for Fulham.
Yeah. Claudio Reyna.
Yeah.
So that's in the Premier League now. 3. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they're holding their own.
Well, Somerville, he's all right. Well, has he made it? I don't know. Somerville.
What's the difference between them, would you say? I often hear that they're described as technically brilliant. You know, because they learn technique. They learn, you know, the basics are drilled. Is that enough? Is there anything special about them? I'm not being anti-American. I'm given the size of the country and the popularity of football at the youth level, you know, you would think that they would have produced more. I don't know. Am I being fair?
Probably, yeah.
I don't know, really. They just don't seem to take it. It's a service today, the men's side at the moment, but they will do in the future. I think this World Cup will change their minds a little bit. I've seen a lot of the people saying it's becoming popular over there more now because of the this World Cup.
Yeah, it's popular, but it's like hard to like make it through because you have to pay your way.
I understand that about the training. Yeah, they capitalism stops them recruiting from you know. I mean, this is a league where the greatest players in the world usually started off in a favela, kicking a can around between 2 jumpers or 2 t-shirts, or on a beach in Africa. You know, the rags to riches history of football is there. In America, that's not an opportunity because going on to play at any sort of level costs a fortune. So they only recruit from a privileged layer of the population, which is by definition a lot less of the population than the bulk of the population. And I think it's the only country in the world where most people are excluded from going on to thrive because of just their talent. It's not a meritocracy in America. It's been siphoned off to a wealthy, privileged percentage of the population.
So I think the old man figured it out. Good evening, Magnus.
Good evening, everyone. I had an unk moment there, really bad unk moment. But
I was going to say, I don't think they're allowed to leave their country till they're 18 either, the youth players, are they? They've got to stay in America until they're 18, I think.
Yeah.
Which might set them back a bit.
Magnus, have you
I've heard what?
You're muted, Martin.
You're muted, mate. Yeah, but the whole thing about not being allowed to leave until they're after 18, is that because they're scared they'll go for a beer? Because you can't drink there until you're 21.
That's true, that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You got me now?
Yeah.
You're back.
Right.
Yeah.
Magnus.
Yes, Martin.
Right, you've been listening to the show.
Yeah, partly. Yeah.
What do you mean partly?
Well, I missed the first hour or so, but go on.
You're part-time, but what are you part-time? What are you doing?
Oh, I can't tell you that.
You sounded like Kenneth Williams then when you said that. I can't tell you that.
I'm surprised you know who he is. Treble know who he is.
Listen, I don't mind it. I don't mind the old carry on. I do like
Matron.
Matron.
Oh, matron, no. Stop messing about.
Right. Well, so what have you heard and what have you liked? What have you agreed and what you haven't agreed with?
I don't know. It's just, usual, isn't it? But
oh, so you're saying the shows are boring? Thanks. Good night.
It's not. I didn't really pay much attention to it because I've got an awful lot of things going on in the background. But now you've got my undivided attention, so go for it. I don't even know what you were all talking about, Meghan. Anyway, go ahead.
Right. Well, we talked about obviously the transfers. We've talked about. I tried to do the KDB and thing. It went down like a lead balloon. It didn't want to know.
Yeah. I commented on that. I mean, unbelievably, they both played in the same team for part of their careers, yet still some people suffer from recency bias. So the last player to retire out of the two of them, they hold more fondly, in their hearts, So,
well, they fondle more holdly.
Fondle more holdly, yeah. They can even do that as well. Anything.
Can I just mention something about before when we were talking about players leaving before? Does anybody consider the fact that we've got a lot of players going to be late in the World Cup, so we're going to need players that have had a pre-season starting off at the beginning of the season? Mm-hmm. People like Nico Gonzalez, for example, who has had a summer off. He's going to have a pre-season behind him. He's going to be vital early in the season, do you think?
If he's still there.
Mm-hmm. That's
Tenal is not been to the World Cup, don't forget.
Yeah. All the
so Foden hasn't, so he should have a good start to the season.
Yep. He should.
Yeah, Foden's come out with his Jack Grealish video, hasn't he? With his Jack Grealish running up and down in the 80-degree heat. Listen, for me, I would still like Foden to be the first one back into the building. I think Foden's got to hit the ground running this year.
I think he will.
I do, but I think he's got to hit the ground running this year coming up.
So we're going to China this pre-season, I think, aren't we?
Asia. We're playing Inter Milan, and they're trying to fit another one in. And then on the 16th of August, we are going to play Arsenal in Wales at the Principality.
Community.
So realistically then, how many players will be back when the World Cup will be ready for that Charity Shield game?
It depends when they go out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, legally got to have 3 weeks, or is it 4 weeks after?
2 weeks. 2 weeks. Got 14 or 16 clear days off.
Yeah.
I guess we've not heard anything more about Rodri, and we won't deal till after the World Cup.
No, nothing about Rodri at the moment.
I think that's why they're going for Tonali. Well, they know Rodri will stay 1 year, and then he'll go. I think they already know that.
Yeah. The Rodri thing is really. I don't know where I'm at with the Rodri. I don't know where I'm at with it. I changed my mind on Rodri daily because I do want to keep him. I absolutely want him, but I want to keep him on the new contract. I'm uncomfortable keeping him on his 1 year deal when he hasn't signed.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I am. Yeah,
I want Rodri to stay, but for me to have his, I'm not saying I'm not going to back him. I will always back Rodri, but to be 100% behind him this season, I want him to sign that contract.
But if Madrid come in with a bid for 60 million,
I don't think Madrid will come in. Because the problem that you've got.
Someone put a figure, 80 million. Do we feel better about him going at 80 million?
I'd feel better.
Hypothetical.
Yeah. Hypothetically, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd take
Well,
that.
yeah, 'cause that and along with Savinho going, we'll pay for Anderson, won't it?
So we've already established what sort of girl we are. All we're doing now is negotiating a price.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is, Trav? I think more people are coming down to the idea of Rodri going.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people's opinions might change if we see what kind of Rodri there is in the World Cup. If he has a less than stellar World Cup, I think some City fans will go, you know what? Maybe time to try and get something for him, and then really go for a proper rebuild. But then there's the other City fans will say no, at all costs, you know. But
yeah, I'm a no at 60 million. I'm a bit of a yes at 80, to be honest.
Can I ask why are you in yes at 80? Why are you in yes at 80?
Because I think it'll cause Madrid some pain.
Masochist.
Yeah, I just hate him.
The problem is with Rodri is he was starting to play well, and then he got injured again, didn't he? And then that's when we started to. You can see the big difference, but obviously we can't rely on him to play more than 4 or 5 games non-stop, can we?
Well, that's why I said well, about the World Cup, because tournament football, you're going to be playing every so many days, and it's going to be a test for him. It's whether the manager will rest him in between games, perhaps, or just play him half a game, just to see what he can do. Because some of us still don't know what he could possibly do. We don't know if he could ever get back to his Ballon d'Or winning days, or he could just, you know.
The club.
If we get Tonali and we get Anderson through the door, I'll go, yeah, okay, I'll accept that Rodri will go. I'll accept it only if that happens.
Is everybody 100% with Tonali? Let's put it this way: does anybody think we could do better than Tonali?
I do, but I don't know who that is. I wanted the chat to tell me, but everyone's on the Tonali train.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody else that we could buy other than Tonali in this market right now.
And this is why it's sorry, Dylan. This is why it's intriguing about the Rodri question, because if Rodri does go before the start of the new season, will that put the Tonali? Would that make you think twice about buying somebody else instead of Tonali?
Who do you buy that's better than Rodri, or the same as Rodri? I don't know.
Well, it depends where you're thinking of playing Tonali. If you're thinking of playing Tonali, again, it gets a bit complicated. This, but if you're thinking Tonali's going to play like a 6 position, and I hate putting these down to numbers, is there a better number 6 out there? I think there is personally, but I'm just wondering what everybody else thinks.
Or maybe we say that money and
having this debate.
Yeah,
and no one ever puts one puts the balls on the table with a name.
I'll put my balls right on it right now.
Go on, man.
Slap Wharton.
He's not 6.
Oh, he is. He is a 6.
He's not an 8.
He's not an 8. He's a 6. He's a 6. And he's more of a 6 than Anderson is. But I like the interchange.
Anderson's been playing 6 for Force for a lot of their games.
Camavinga.
Oh, nah.
No.
That was a strong nah.
I don't know.
If we get extra money, who's to say that we have to buy someone for that position? Maybe we've got that covered. So we got 80 million on my figures.
God damn.
At the end of the day, it's going to have to be 2 players for Rodri. It's going to, you have to get 2 players to do the job of what Rodri did, because Rodri was that good, isn't it? At the end of the day, you have to get somebody that can do the grafting side and win the ball back, and then somebody else that can do the forward passing, creative side, which could be Tonali and Anderson.
Yeah, that's Anderson, Tonali.
Yeah,
Anderson can progress the ball. Tonali can.
All I'll be looking for Tonali to do is win that ball back and give it and that's it. So we're not, nobody's running through on midfield anymore. I want that winning that ball back, go in, put his foot in, win the ball, and I'll be cheering for that because I've not seen that for a long time.
A few weeks ago, in fact, probably a couple of months ago, we did this thing where. So this is a consensus. This isn't my opinion. This was the consensus. I think it was from a space when I asked the question, and we had about an hour-long debate on it, and we ended up with a list of things that we lose if Rodri goes. Okay, so I'm going to read them out. So we lose leadership, a strong tackle, distribution, passing range, and tempo setting. He is the clock of the team. He is the metronome behind this team and how fast we play. So those are the 5 things that we miss. Are we going to find anybody that has those 5 things? Let me put them in the chat.
I don't think so.
They won't appear like a list in the chat, so I'm going to have to format it manually. So this is what we lose. Okay, you can read it clearly. This is what we lose. It's gone in the chat now. This is what we lose when Rodri goes. And again, not my opinion. This was like, I don't know. There was whoever contributed on that space. There was about 80 odd on the space, and nobody pushed back on these 5. They pushed back on a couple of other things, but this is what the consensus was. Okay, so this is a group thing. So it should be coming up any second now. I see them before you do.
I can see that.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. Okay. So we got leadership, strong tackle, distribution, passing range, and tempo setting. Is there one player out there, including, like Magnus? You've mentioned. Who did you mention? Sorry,
Adam Wharton.
Wharton, has he got any of that?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
He's got like the last 2.
Right.
He's got passing range and tempo setting. Definitely. He's not got leadership, strong leadership skills, but he's relatively young still as well.
All right.
And you'd have to look for that kind of thing to come from other players, but we seem to be selling most of them. So you're looking at people like Haaland, Donnarumma, that like the next level down in terms of age and experience. So, but yeah, I mean,
Wharton, is he strong in the tackle?
He's not dynamically strong in the tackle, but what he does very well is he positions himself really well to intercept passes.
Right.
So he's good at anticipation.
I like that.
Things like that. So he's
distribution.
I like that attribute. Distribution's very good. He's very progressive. He's very efficient, and generally finds the forward pass really well. One of his own players. So yeah.
How would he play with Anderson?
Quite similar players. He's not as aggressive, I don't think, as Anderson. If you see Anderson, he's all over the place, and he's not afraid to put his shoulder in. But he kind of he sits in front of the back 4, and he just plays the game as he sees it. And he's good passing range, short and long. Nice player.
Okay.
Obviously, it's important as well. He can receive the ball from his back facing the goalkeeper. That's what Rodri was so good at, was the fact that he could receive the ball and he just, from the goalkeeper. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
That's why Calvin Phillips failed, basically.
The other thing is as well, those attributes you listed there, Trev.
Yeah.
They're fantastic, but they're the attributes of a Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah. Unicorn.
So it's very difficult to find that kind of player, but I think if you had, Anderson will also do a lot of those attributes. He has a lot of those attributes in his locker already. So if you pair someone alongside Anderson who could pick up the slack on some of the others, you've got a really good sort of, I don't want to say double privet.
but I love a double privet.
Well, that's what you've got. The other bonus to that is they're both English.
I get that. I've just remembered how we ended up at making this list, and it's because the conversation wasn't going anywhere, which often happened on Spaces. It was just going round and round and round.
Yeah.
Right. Where we got to was the original question, which we kind of had to beat people into addressing, was that rather than look at the names, look at the attributes, right? And then the question on from that was, what have we got within existing resources that can compensate for some of those attributes? I think that was an interesting question. Is anybody going to bite in the chat on that?
Well, because don't forget as well, Rodri really wasn't Rodri until after a year of being coached by Pep Guardiola, was he? He struggled. He was slow. He was taking too much time on the ball. So it took coaching. And so the question is there anybody else out there that will be able to be coached in the way Rodri was?
I don't think we've currently got anybody who could fit that role to the standard we need.
Because I think that has been the issue, isn't it? He said with Nico Gonzalez, he can learn, but he's still not quite there with him. And he said Calvin Phillips, he couldn't learn what he wanted. So that was it with Calvin Phillips. As soon as he couldn't learn what he wanted him to do, he was done. Yeah. So we need somebody like that that's got intelligence, that can be similar to Rodri, but can learn and improve with good coaching. I think Maresca is a very good coach of players.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what effect Maresca may have on the squad, to see if he might tweak things and to see if he can get something extra out of what we've already got. But I don't know. That's a bit of a big ask, that I think, tall order. But Nico Gonzalez, he has improved since he's been with the club. I think he has improved, but it's not enough. And there's certain things in his game that I don't like. And I don't think you can improve on some of the things that I see. It's just unfortunate. And because I don't like speaking down about City players, current City players. I'm not comfortable with that. But at the end of the day, we need to have players who can stand in if necessary and do pretty much as good a job as the ones who they're filling in for. And I don't really see that with Nico G. Tijani Reinders, he's not the type of player you could mould into a CDM position. He's not that kind of player. He's not got the right body frame either to cope with the rigors of the job. So who else we got? Kovacic he's not a kind of a CDM molded player either.
He ticks a couple of boxes.
He's not far off it. He's not far off Rodri. Yeah.
He ticks a leadership box. He ticks a tempo box. He ticks a distribution box, and he ticks a hard tackling box. Not as good as Rodri, but he would compensate for some of the things that we're losing if we keep him.
Kovacic's best asset is his ball carrying ability.
Yeah,
he's excellent ball carrier, and when you need someone to control the tempo, slow the game down if you have to, or even speed it up, you know, play first time passes. He's great at that,
and he doesn't lose the ball. He retains the ball, which is another Rodri thing that wasn't on the list. But you rarely see him give a ball away.
Yeah, he's pretty good at all that.
His age, the clock's running against him, but I think he's only 31, right?
We are going to need a bit of experience in that midfield. It's just somebody there just to come on every now and again, 30 minutes ago, calm the game down, to keep the ball. That's why I think Kovacic should stay, in my opinion.
We did a thing the other day where I was forced almost by the way that the chat was going to list the ages of the players in the squad when we won the treble. Not how old they are now, but the year we won the treble. And 5 of the players were over 29 years old, and 3 of them were 30, 31.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So you need that for a treble winning side, and nobody could tell me that side had a weakness. They were magnificent, and they won a fucking treble. So that's the treble Uno card. If you try and tell me that there was a weakness in that squad, I will put down the treble Uno card and go away, right? Because we won a treble, and that doesn't happen, right?
Yeah.
So, and the balance of that squad were, 5 of them were 29 plus, and 3 of them were 31. So, anyone who's thinking that 31's too old or 29's too old with Rodri needs to have a word with themselves, because it takes that blend, it takes that mix of leadership and experience to win a treble. Clearly, obviously. I'd like to see an argument against that,
I certainly won't be arguing against having more unks. I've been fighting that cause for quite some time now, because it's always been a player's kind of best years have been 28, 29. So, and now all of a sudden it seems to be they're over the hill when they're that age, and that's just ridiculous. It's absurd.
But it might be a reflection of the youth in the fan base.
I think it probably is.
And also the appetite, the voracious appetite for new blood.
Yeah.
You know, for shiny toys.
Yeah.
I think so. So would you accept then going forward then? Because obviously we've got to accept Rodri's going to go at some point.
Yes.
So do we say we take 2 players for one Rodri, and then see if we can find somebody that can be coached into a future Rodri in the future, who can come in and just take time, as long as we've got the 2 other players there to do a job until this player comes through?
For me,
this season though, I don't want to be trying out new things in this season. Maybe it is my age. Maybe I'm more risk averse than most. But we're just going through a revolution of what's happening at the senior level in the club, at the management level. And so I don't really want... You look at what Slot did, right? He came and won the league with Klopp's team and then spent a shitload of money and changed everything and fucked it up. I don't want to repeat that. And I know we are not that. I know our leadership above the management level are the best in the business, right? And they trust Maresca. So I'm comfortable, but I don't want to see a revolution this season. Remember, we won an FA Cup and a League Cup with the squad we've got. And but for 2 results, we would have been very, very close to Arsenal and probably would have took it off them. You know, so there wasn't a lot wrong with last year's squad.
All right, so you're in the meeting tomorrow with the people who buy the players. What would you do? Say we've got a Rodri problem. He's got 1 year left on his contract. What do we do? He's practically one of the best midfielders in the world. What do we do? Do we buy 2 players, or do we sell him now, or do we?
The answer's conditional.
It's conditional.
Because we've already established what kind of girl we are. We're just haggling over the price. Right.
The deal's on the table. We give him a time limit. If he doesn't sign, then we move on. That's.
I don't mind that. Dylan. I've been pushing my kind of timeline for him back and back and back in my own mind, in order to hopefully get some kind of resolution ASAP. But it just keeps putting back. I'd put it back now until after the World Cup to see how he performs. You know,
what are we worried about? Missing out on the 50 million that we'll get for him now? Is that the concern, or are we more worried about losing him?
Maybe we just want his signature.
We've just got to face the fact that if you're going to get a player to replace Rodri who's as good as Rodri, he's going to be £200 million, or something similar to that. A ready-made Rodri now in the market of 25, 26 years of age.
Yeah,
we'll be talking 150, 160 million. So if you're happy to pay that, otherwise we've got to come up with another alternative way of playing, haven't we?
Yeah. Yes. It's a big mess. Julie's just said, Real Madrid will come and get him on a free. Well, we've already talked about that. We know that that's Real Madrid's pattern these days because they've got a liquidity problem.
The trouble is, Madrid have already said, Perez has already said he's not coming for Rodri.
No, not now. But they've said enough to make Rodri think twice about signing an extension because he's going in.
Yeah. Because I think
which is Real Madrid's snide MO at the moment, and has been for the last 3 years because he ain't got the
point I would say, Trevor, is, I mean, speaking to a lot of City fans on air, I think Madrid's plan might have worked.
No, it has worked. They've implemented the show I'm going to make about it.
City fans have kind of given up the ghost.
Yeah. No, it's worked for them beautifully for 3 years. There are 3 players in the research that I came up with over the last 3 seasons where they have implemented this, and they tried it with a couple of others. They tried it with Simmons and it didn't work. They tried it with one other player and it didn't work. They resisted.
You're not going to get top
but
dollar.
They were younger. But
you'll
they
never
were
get
younger.
top dollar for Rodri. Rodri's going to his last year, so you'll never get top dollar.
But I put a hypothetical, Martin. If Real Madrid were asked to pay 80 and they said yes. Hypothetical.
but they're not. It's
No, but you know,
We're,
I'm going to
Well,
say it
well,
again.
well,
We've
I'll
established
give it
what kind of girl we are. We're just haggling over the price. Because if they said 80, he'd be gone. And none of us would have a big issue about it, I don't think.
yeah.
another thing.
Can I just do this super chat quickly? Sorry, from Connor. Thank you very much, mate. Balls on the table. Would you have Adama Anana from Villa?
Amadou.
Mm.
Oh no. That's
Magnus, your balls being on the table has produced revenue.
I know.
£2.
It's terrible. I feel like Buster Gonads, that is.
£2, mate. Just for you getting your balls out.
Thank you very much, Connor, for your very
Only
kind
Magnus.
£2.
You should see what I'll do for £4.
I want to know what he's doing for £100. Joking out. No, big up, Connor, mate. Appreciate that. You know, I like him as a player. Is he better than what we got? No.
I don't want.
I like him. I do like him. I just, yeah.
Yeah, JW, there aren't any ready-made replacements for Rodri. He's a unicorn. We can't replace him.
BM, good morning, mate. How the devil are you? Hope you're well. It's coming home. Yeah, you should have
3 words in
started.
sport.
Trafford would have got a clean sheet. I think Trafford's going to leave. We were defensively poor. Haaland would have had a field day. Who's the winger? No one knows.
Earl's a winger.
2022 is when Rodri came in the scene. Doku is still not as good as Prime Mahrez. Double pivot, Trev.
Oh, there you go.
I love it. The double privet.
Don't forget, Cover's really good at ball retention.
Yep. Even if your balls are on the table, Cover will keep them there.
We all agree that the GOAT's pushing up is to win, right? Foden can play behind the forwards with his skill set.
I
The
want to see
standards
that.
might drop, but give it time.
I want to see that this season. I don't want to see him pushed out to the right.
Like
I want to see him running across that midfield, kind of Kev roll, lateral positions, and going forward when he fancies it, receiving that ball on the half turn with his back to goal, and then just setting someone up or banging one in like he does. You know, you've got to remember what Phil does when he's being Phil, and hopefully he'll be back. You know, tits out Jackie for 100. No, I don't think tits out Jackie charges that much, mate.
Listen, he's not coming in a taxi with me with tits out Jackie.
No,
I think she'll let you have a go of him for 50 quid.
There's not enough room.
Tits out Jackie is mine.
It'd have to be an RV.
Tits out Jackie is mine.
Tits out Jackie. She got rocketed to the same level of fame as Pete the Badger. Pete the Badger's been going to every game for 68 years. You know, I mean, Jackie gets her tits out once, and she's as well known as Pete the Badger. I got to feel sorry for Pete there. Pete, get your tits out. You need to get your tits out.
And she's well known for going on Talk Sport and giving what's his name a load of grief. Kundi. Yeah, I did say Kundi.
Yeah, Kundi.
I don't want our American friends to get upset because I've sworn.
No.
It's not what he's called in our house.
Right, we've got American friends. Can someone explain to me? You can take a fucking alcoholic drink into a stadium, but you get thrown out for using a swear word. What is this? The playground?
I'll let DC answer that one.
What are we doing here, people? You can have a beer and get pissed in the stadium, but you use the C word and out you go.
Mm-hmm.
What, even if someone's being a C?
Come on.
Because sometimes people are
Seriously,
a C.
can someone explain to me what this rule is right now? Why that's been a big thing tonight?
Because there was a song. No, because I'll tell you why. There was a song, and it was about their president.
It was about Trump,
and it
and they didn't like it.
And it contains the C word.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's why they're sensitive about it. And
I'm sorry. You want to host a World Cup, you get the English fans. We sing songs with C words in it. I'm sorry. Stop being precious.
There you go. DC's give you the answer there.
There you go. Thank you. I'm sorry. I find it. Listen, I love America, but I think some of the people are being very precious over a few swear words.
Can I show you my
Apparently,
favorite
venues enforce fan codes of conduct to maintain family-friendly environments.
That's
So
my
that's
favorite
why.
Christmas present. It's a colouring book.
Okay, then, right. Family friendly, Dylan. Right?
Yeah,
Right. We have.
Colouring book.
Hang on, right. But Dylan, we
family-friendly,
have
and we
family
allow
friendly
people to drink.
environments in our football, yeah?
Yeah.
Right? Hang on, let's try to do this.
Oh God. It's hard to
Thanks,
disagree
Pete.
with that book.
My mate Pete sent me that for Christmas.
Right. Dylan, my point is, you just said, right, it's family friendly. I understand that. I get all that. Over here, you can't take kids in a pub to get pissed at night.
Yeah.
Right?
Early in the day.
Is that family friendly?
No.
You
called
can
a
you
big
can get
hard.
pissed in a football game with a family. But you say the C word and no, that's not family friendly. When half these kids are saying half these words anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think you're getting petty over the wrong things.
Yeah.
You should be more concerned about the kids getting pissed in a stadium than you would about bloody swearing.
The thing is that you have to understand about performative Protestantism, and that's a fundamental difference between the UK and America, in that public figures will appear to be far more conservative than they probably are in their own private lives, and they set a tone, and the C word is just one that they've picked on as unacceptable. You know, you can call people a motherfucker all day long. You go on their spaces, go on their YouTube channels, and there's people there who are talking like they're from the hood, and they're probably not. You know, they're probably from a flyover state, but they're all there giving it the MFs and the N word. You know, so it's like the language is weird everywhere. You know, so here in Thailand, leading up to an election, all the things the government are going to do, and they're all very conservative things because they think that's what the population want. Yeah. You know, and everyone just ignores it because they know that they don't mean any of it. It's just because there's an election coming up. They appeal to the more, and I don't mean politically conservative. I mean like being, you know, religiously conservative and being all proper about things. It's just one of them things. It's just a cultural difference. The thing that has astonished me is people. There's a guy on YouTube the other day who said, I got these British fans and I gave them ribs and they didn't know how to eat them. It's like,
oh, God.
Because we never had ribs in England. And I put up
never.
A 500-year-old recipe for ribs, for pork ribs. 500. It goes back to before America was America. Yeah. Right. And they went, yeah, but they're not the same. And then I went, look, I can buy ribs in like anywhere in England. Even pub grub, it's always on the menu, and it's barbecue ribs, and it's sticky, and you eat them with your fingers because everyone eats them. It's in Debrett's, the etiquette guide to how to eat things. And Debrett's is like hundreds of years old. How do you eat things with a bone in? You eat them with your fingers. And these English kids that you got to be on camera were pretending that they didn't know this, that they didn't know you eat ribs with your fingers. Do you know? So whether he was paying them to be that stupid or not, I was embarrassed for them. How do you not know? It's like chicken wings. How do you eat them? With your fingers? Of course you do. Do you know?
Just British.
They really the other thing I didn't like was the other thing I didn't like was they had to move St. George's flag tonight.
Oh yeah.
We know why though.
That's our fucking flag.
I know, but it's been appropriated by groups with a political agenda. And so they've made it controversial. I'm not making a political comment about it. I'm just saying that we know why. And that's because that flag has been appropriated and painted on roundabouts and hung from lampposts And some of the population like that, and some of the population don't like it. The one thing that we can't say is that it's not divisive, because it is. It's really divisive. And it will set this conversation off in a completely bad direction if we start to debate about
I
that.
know. I'm gonna. Yeah,
The reason why it's been pulled is because of the appropriation of one group of people and how they think about things. And so it's controversial and it's divisive.
Apparently, it's it's over a advertising board, so that's why they removed it.
Okay.
No, it's fucking well caught bollocks.
Yeah.
Why is it always? It's always when England it annoys me. I won't get into it. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not.
The conversation. This is football, mate. Let's stick.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into it.
Yeah.
Right.
So let me just say something. We were about 10 minutes ago. We were talking about Rodri. Okay. What is there any possibility that he might be looking at another Madrid club and not Real Madrid?
Oh, that would be funny.
Possibly. Barcelona's not on the menu. Been told that there'll be no move to Barcelona.
We did buy him from Atletico, and if he wants to go back to Madrid for family reasons, I'm just saying, and it'd look very attractive for Atletico, especially on a free. I'm just putting it out there. Obviously, no insider knowledge. Just saying what the possibilities are. Rodri, hello, Spartacus. How are you?
How are you guys doing? Not bad, not bad.
Good to see you, man.
I'm a little bit drunk, so this should be a fun one.
You're a little bit what? You're not in Egypt.
A little bit drunk, yeah. Just finished my finals, so I had a little bit of a drinking session with friends.
Oh, we know where Madrid want. What's the name from Chelsea, don't we, as well? Enzo Fernandez. So where they fitting Rodri in their squad, as far as I can see, they've got, some of the best midfielders. So do we take one of their players off them?
I don't think
maybe. What's his name? Tukamani or
Chomeni?
Yeah, or Camavinga.
I don't think Rodri ends up going to Madrid, but Madrid, they are the type of club who they buy before they think about things. So that could very well be a possibility of them buying Rodri at the end of the window and just fucking us over.
Don't forget though, because they've got Mourinho now, and he's a defensive midfielder wet dream, isn't he? Matic and that. He likes that solid defensive Makaleli type defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
I think part of the purchase for Real would be to show that they are still the big dogs.
I think they already showed
that election was a lot closer than Perez thought it would be. And I think, he's had his collar felt a little bit by it. And mainly because the guy who ran against him was being very honest about the finances at Real Madrid and saying that we should sell 5% of the fan-owned shares and raise 500 million because we need 500 million. And they have burned through 700 million in liquid cash over 6 years. And they spent 150 million of that in the last 2 years, and none of it on players, and they haven't won any trophies. So they need the signatures. They need the big news signings to say, hey, we're still the big dogs here. But they haven't got the capital to just go in and say, here's 150 million.
They'll sell the future TV rights and things like that, don't they? Or sell rights for
income. They've got income, but it's liquidity. It's the excess cash that gives you more decisions. They're not in a crisis, but like I said, it's quite a complicated thing. But I think I've found a way to make it understandable to most people, and I'll do a video on it. I've already scripted it. I just haven't recorded it yet. Well, so it won't be that long. It doesn't take that long to get the idea across, but you'll understand a bit more about Madrid and how this transfer market is being affected by them, because this transfer market's got weeks to run. And I think people really need to understand the motivations behind some of the clubs. And I think a lot of clubs are declaring that they're interested in players, as meat for their crowd, but they're not serious. I think Spurs are doing that. I think Spurs aren't that serious. I don't think they've got that much money. They didn't win anything this year, so they haven't got revenue from trophies. But I think that the expectation of their fans is that they should be in for these big players. And it doesn't cost them anything to say, we're in for these big players. We're going to spend this shitload of money and then not do it. And then say to their fans, the deal wasn't right. It was too expensive, blah, blah, blah. Couldn't get it over the line. Because their fans will go, well, we tried. And that's the phrase of the current transfer market at the moment, I think. It will be known as the we tried transfer market, where lots of clubs were saying they were going to buy these big players, pay big money for their status, and so they could turn around to their fans and said, we tried.
Yeah.
I think with Spurs specifically, I think that there are two things going on there. One, they're shit scared of this season going on next season, so they're actually going to spend a lot of money. And two, they're also being used by people to get to their own end goal. So there are two things going on with them.
Oh, I don't know that. So, right, final thoughts, because I need to go and go and deal with my mother. Martin, was your watch a gift? It looks good. Yeah, people have asked me about my watch. It's very cheap. It's not cheap. It's an ice watch. It's years old. I've just had a new battery in it. It's from ice. It's just an ice watch. Which is
YouTube money. Is it YouTube money, Martin? Now you're buying expensive watches.
I've got two Boss watches over there. They were the big ones that I paid a lot of money for. One of them was about a lot of money in hundreds, not thousands. I've got my eye on a watch that I like, but it's £10,000 and I'm not allowed to buy it.
Me, dude. That YouTube money staying out in it.
No, it's not YouTube money.
Super chats.
I'm a watch guy. I'm into like the Rolexes and the Hublers and the
Magnus. You need to get your balls out more often.
I'm freaking you, man.
At £2 a go. You know,
God.
Come on, mate.
I'm gonna be
Next time I'm going to be asking for a paycheck. Oh, me, man.
I'd rather not, fuck you, mate. Thank you very much. You know, it's late night, but come on, man. Right, we're going to end it there.
Hang on. For anyone who didn't catch it yesterday, I do a podcast. I produce and record a podcast for one of the top sponsorship experts in the world, Paul Poole, Southeast Asia, who is like, he's into all kinds of different sports sponsorship, and he's the guy in the middle between the events and the sponsors, and he does massive events, and because he's a mate, he's going to do an interview for us on Mancunian Way. So if you've got questions that you've always wanted to ask about how sponsorship works, he's the guy. We can't do it this week because he's got Volleyball World, which is this global event that's on at the moment, massive event. But if you've got questions about how sponsorship works, then send them to me, or message me or whatever, and I will make sure that I put them to him.
Yeah, and also massive thank. By the way, while we're on sponsors, if anyone is watching or has watched on the plot and you would like to inquire about sponsoring or any business propositions for the Mancunian Way, you can get in touch.
Revolut, we're talking to you.
1894@gmail.com. We will answer any business inquiries. We encourage any business inquiries. Also, massive thank you. This, by the way, you'll have noticed you've had show after show after show. That's the way it's going to be this season. We're going to ram everything. Tomorrow there will be if not tomorrow, Friday, there'll be a Man City transfer ramble with me. It's my turn to do that on Friday. Blues Brothers has been recorded. That will be out on Friday at 5 p.m. with our first episode. I've got 6 or 7 people already interested. If you are interested, email us. Also tomorrow, 9:15, the Mancunian way. We're going to talk a little bit more in depth, in a more serious manner. Rich, Ozzy, etc. on. Won't be a long one tomorrow. Blues Down Under will be back next week. And then on the 7th of January, 7th of July, we will be shutting down for a couple of weeks, but there will be videos set up while we are away. Also, I will contact my company, Martin Coinbase. You contact me, mate. Yeah, people do.
£1 a month. Stop it! It costs £2 just to get Magnus's balls on the table.
I'm going to say this: if you see me in the next 2 weeks, if I just disappear off the face of the planet, I've not run away. Just things have happened with my father. But at a stage where any time, any minute, any place. So if I do, you know why. The channel will be looked after, so we're not ignoring anyone. We're just, if it happens. But we've got a great team behind us that will pull together and help, I'm sure. But I want to say a massive thank you to Dylan, Matthew, Magnus, Spartacus, Trev, Ed. Kyle was on earlier. Oriano tried to come on, but he's having connection issues at the moment. A massive thank you to Simo Sups, Dash, Louis for your memberships, and Lee Gates and Connor for your super chats.
However, 9 likes is shameful. Don't make me come out there and make you like this.
I don't think you want Trevor inside your home. Come on.
You wouldn't. You wouldn't like it when he's angry.
Oh, hang on, it's 127. I've just refreshed. It's 127. Let me rewind.
Thank you, mate.
Good news, Trev.
That's really good.
That's why we don't get paid. You're not getting fucking paid, Daz. Governor, you're never on. You come on once a bleeding week, you lazy bastard. And your connection shit. Have you noticed Governor's connection is amazing for Blues Down Under? Shit for all the other shows. Blues Down Under is picture perfect. 1080 HP. He's amazing.
4K. Guys on 4K.
I'll tell you what.
For Blues Down Under.
Governor has got the best.
If you're going to do Blues Down Under, don't forget tomorrow, guys, it's USA versus Australia. So get them on the Americans on to have a watch along or something.
We want that.
No, we've already asked to go into the pub.
Hey, Martin, if there is a Brazil and England game, we're watching this on a watch along. Come on.
Oh, God, there's going to be a fight.
You really don't want to because the way you play has been shocking.
Martin, I'm not scared of a nation who's won World Cup. Come on.
We will slap you around like you ads.
But you got one World Cup. You can't really talk much, can you?
The thing is, you couldn't do an Australia versus America game without the C word. It just wouldn't happen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that.
Family-friendly, guys.
And they could have a massive debate on who's better at barbecue, Australians or Americans.
Oh, that's fighting talk.
The correct answer is Korean barbecue. That's the correct answer.
England don't draw one each of a rock up. Right, anyway.
You lose the game. You don't draw. You lose the game.
Pew, pew.
You lose the game.
Situation's a slap. You know what I mean? Anyway, take care, all. As always, up the Blues. It's coming home.
Oh, no.
Fucking alley.